afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, anywhere in the world. Welcome to Panelists. I'm Esther Nimeli Bryan, the owner and CEO of Panelists. At Panelists, I'm not going to say it here. We don't want you guys to know what we're doing. But when you walk into Panelists, just
quality and affordable insurance company? Then look no further. Peter Massico Insurance, located in central New Jersey, is one of the best around. Peter Massico Insurance specializes in homeowners insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, business insurance, and many more. We even offer a free financial planning consultation. We partner with over 20 top-rated companies to make sure we provide affordable prices to our clients. We have a full bilingual staff to fit your needs as well. Let Peter Massico Insurance help you today.
Hey, good day. Sorry, people, we came late because a lot's happening. Lots happening behind the scene. We came late on because we were caught up in something. But today is a good time to be back again. Today is September 27th, 13 days to the elections, and everyone getting ready to leave to go get on the ground. Those who are traveling, getting ready to go to join the fellow compatriots to ensure that elections are held and they're all part of it. And we see a lot going on today. People are looking for money. Everybody looking for money. I just saw the former vice president on our own network Spoon at a fundraiser, hustler trying to appeal for money. It's not easy though. Everybody looking for money. Asking for, they're having a fundraiser there right now. Trying to make sure that they get money for the poll watching and everything, but election is very expensive. It's very costly. You don't get an election if you don't have money. That's why it's good that in some countries people go together. They come together for a common cause. The unify so that they can push their agenda. But in Liberia, people went splinter ways. So as a result, everybody down the crunch time is here, where it's all about the money, looking for money all over the place, and so everybody hustling, everybody making sure that they crossing their T's and dotting their I's. But it's good to be back, and everybody, all the guys, everybody. Some people getting ready to travel. Some people on the phone lines, and other things happening. Just to welcome everyone, let me welcome everyone to the closing argument. Let me go quickly. The other guys will be joining us soon. We're just in a long meeting. We just came in a meeting. Linda Yampa, Yomantro Kranga, Papi Eskeita. We'll also see Stephen Brown. Sorry, Stephen Brown. A lot is happening. Sorry for being late, but a lot is going on. But we'll do better than that. But please bear with us. Thompson B. Balls from Sydney, Australia. Nettie Davis, Kitty Tabagi from Baltimore City, 18th Street, the Winners Community. Agnes Barkley Yawn, Henry A. Boyka from Bon County, Banga. Bilson Pay. No, JMB has left the country again. I saw JMB Jenna on Spoon, so I don't know. I know you're asking for my just on Spoon. But Big Smoke, Good Day Williams from Sydney, Australia. Abraham Bobby Fanning. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, brother. Sorry. We'll do better, man. It's not easy. Take 2 more days. It's a Megan to all. We'll tell you what happened. We can't talk all right now, but yeah, please bear also back you. Megan talk all about a lot going on. Ruth Roberts Bengba. Hey Ruth, they get the woman has red trouble woman. She can hit everybody hard. Bilson P. Linda Yaba Morrison, Abraham Conner. Hey, my man from New Jersey there. We see Jacobson Yelligan from watching from Nima County. One thing I like about our platform, we all over the country. J. Emmanuel in Wire. Felicia Jebo Johnson from Louisville, Kentucky. We see Honorable Milake F. Buape, William Nathan, Gaia Reed. Gaia, one more year, I will call you, brother. I know I've been missing your call, but I'm sorry, but when you call me most of the time, I'm asleep. I will call you. I promise I will call you tonight. One more year, Gaia Reed from Arizona. Yeah, man, Gaia can't way back from what displays during the war in Firestone. Man, Gaia Reed. Yeah, my brother there. Mohammed Enza Dolly from Minnesota. I also see Brian Brown from Des Moines, Iowa. Dixon Tayi Foley, Central African Republic. Wow. Big brother Melvin Dishi from Europe, watching from Europe. Okay. I see Di Maria Angel from Pennsylvania, Exton. Oh, yeah. Okay. They're not far from here. Okay. Mackenzie Doe, Laurel Sarah Farr. She get funny. She said Jeremy Danton, a talk show host. Yeah, stop here. Okay. Tinancy Elliott, Collie Covella Conquason from Morovia, Arthur Tier, Nelson Freeman, Carter Flomo, District 6, Prince Bomina, Nathaniel Sabo. Wow, man, you ain't you watching from North Korea, sitting with Kim Jong. You all right? You got that funny. Thomas Beer from Belgium. Wow. Tom C. Benson, James David from Hershey, Pennsylvania. The chocolate city there. Augustus Pape Frumo. Hey, it's one of the smartest guys I've seen, man. Very smart. IT expert. Augustus Pape Frumo. That boy ERTO. Kekula Bayan Shelley from Emmons, PA. Manuel Fleet Chair. Mosaic. Philippe Passois, Library International Star. Yeah, guys, look, let's get started, man. Look, the guys will join us. A lot to talk about. Let's get it going. First, I just got this release. It's a release for immediate release. Opposition political parties emphasize the need for transparent elections in Liberia, calls out NDC and the government to act swiftly. The opposition political parties that have agreed to cooperate to protect and safeguard the votes of the Liberian people and to ensure the integrity of the electoral process hereby issue this press release on the upcoming general election scheduled October 10, 2023. The opposition parties collectively called upon the National Elections Commission, NEC, to immediately release the final registration roll, FRR, of certified voters categorized by location and to ensure its timely distribution to all political parties and independent candidates. Delays in releasing the FRR not only undermine transparency but also threaten the credibility of the electoral process. Timely access to the FRR is essential for all political parties and stakeholders to prepare adequately for the elections and to ensure the integrity of the process. We call upon all Liberian citizens to remain peaceful as we renew our commitments to a violent, free election, as well as to ensure the integrity of the votes of Liberians. Consequential as these elections are for our country, they must be seen by Liberians to be free, fair, and credible. We are committed to this shared duty because we understand that Liberia's democracy thrives only when citizens actively participate and the government acts to uphold their rights and democratic values. Peaceful civic engagement is the cornerstone of our democracy, and we continue to collectively work to achieve that goal. We remind the WIA-led government of its significant responsibility for conducting a free, fair, and credible election. It is therefore imperative that the government ensures the electoral systems function efficiently and that all necessary resources are adequately provided to facilitate a smooth and credible election. Ultimately, responsibility for the success of the elections rests with the WIA-led government. In conclusion, the opposition political parties that are cooperating to protect and safeguard the votes in Liberia are committed to promoting transparency, fairness, and the highest standards of democracy in our nation. We call upon all stakeholders, including the NEC and the government, to meet their responsibilities and work together to ensure that the upcoming elections are a true reflection of the will of the Liberian people. We continue to engage constructively with the NEC and international partners as we all strive to sustain Liberia's peace. Signed, African Liberation League Collaborating Political Parties, Liberian National Union, Liberia's People's Party, Liberia Restoration Party, Reformers National Congress. Yes, but only the Unity Party is not. They are not part of this group. UP is not among this group. Just for you guys to be aware, or the rest of the political parties, some of them, but Unity Party is not. They are conspicuously absent from this list. So the parties are working together. I don't know how to cooperate, but they're working together. So let's release the call on NEC to produce the final voters roll. And so we look forward to see what happens, but we expect to see that everything falls in place. Yes, but in the meanwhile, the campaign trail continues. The parties are making the last minute pitch to voters. I know the ANC. The CPP. They're gearing for the end of the campaign on Sunday, October 1st. I saw the massive preparation for them today at the headquarters. The women group. They're all making preparation to ensure that you have a successful program on Sunday. I just talked to the CPP chairman a few minutes ago, and he's in high spirits, and he said that he assured the CPP partisans that they will come out in full, and he said that their turnout will be even bigger than CPP and than CDC and UP. So we'll see what happens. That's the chairman saying it, though. Let's see what happens, but we look forward to see what happens on Sunday. Yeah, so that's from yes. So as we get more updates, we'll update you guys. But Jackie, I think I see Jackie. Well, you guys can bring Jackie in. Okay, Jackie, welcome, and you're part of the fundraising too. Wow, not easy. The might be rough now, Jackie. I see all of y'all getting involved now. Not easy, eh?
No, I'm on the.
Yeah, I saw my sister Mepe. I saw all the class we know there. Now we're getting to know now. We say we just continue lying. Class we know there. Spoon thought they are pro UP. They are pro UP. But
No. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh, you organizing a global fundraiser for UP. Which platform that will organize global fundraiser for any party here?
No. The platform, of course, as you know, is for any and everybody. This was paid for by the campaign. Thank you very much.
Stop it.
It was.
Stop it, Jackie.
The slot was paid for.
Jackie,
what are you talking about?
Jackie, stop it. I don't forget. I was spoon for 3 years. I beg you, stop it.
And I am telling you that this is something that was paid for. So, Tomalin. Anyway, to all the JMB supporters, please support the poll watchers.
My member Spoon that the big UP supporter, big one and financial too. So that
he just said today he's neutral. So what are you talking about? You're the one spinning.
He can't look at
people. Today at the beginning of the event, he said
he can't look at Peabody face, Ben face, and Keff and tell me say he's neutral. I beg you, they're not go there. He can't do it. You know that too.
The point of the matter is the event was paid for. They agreed to carry it along with Class Reloaded work with them so we can carry it. The campaign work is paid for. So, but yes, the bottom line is the poll watchers need to be present for all the political parties. So we are having a fundraiser today for our poll watchers. There's 2 poll watcher to a polling place. So there's 5,890 polling places, 2,080 precincts. So we have over 14,000 people who we're trying to dispatch all over the place. And therefore, the campaign is doing its due diligence to raise some funds. You know, Ambassador Boyka was on air for a few minutes, and the rescue team is there trying to raise some funds because we need to protect the vote. In fact, is about everybody who's in the race. So once you have poll watchers represented at all the polling places, the votes, regardless of what party the next person belongs to, will be protected as long as we have the requisite poll watchers in the room.
But Jackie, why you guys? I just saw a release for the other political parties. They include the CPP and the other parties, Lino, LPP. They all signed an agreement. They wrote the NEC. But why you guys acting alone? You're not with you. You guys are not part of the parties that's trying to work to engage the NEC. You guys, last time Musa said you guys decided to leave that group. Why? Why is it so?
To leave the group? But I think you heard Roland explain last night. We are not leaving. We're part of the opposition. What is in the interest of the opposition participating in it?
I just read a press release that came out today. Let me put it. I'm sure you saw that press release, and you guys are not signature to that press release. Look, you cannot be in opposition and you do a go alone. It has an effect though. They come out to haunt you in the long run, because you must build. If you build there was a coalition called CPP, and you guys walk out of the coalition. Now you guys are still going alone instead of being together. But again, I said I remind you guys, the time will come where you guys will say, "Well, we hope we are kept together." That's important. Nobody in Liberia to win election alone. You need it took CDC to bring MPP together and LPDP before they got. We tried twice at a time, and found it in 2017. They brought MPP and LP together, and they finally won the election.
But Tomalin, please don't give the impression that United Party is acting alone. We have an alliance. It's called the Campaign Alliance.
So why you part of
you have members? You have the NPP, members of NPP that part of our Campaign Alliance. You have members of Liberty Party, ANC. You have people no position, people who don't belong to party. You have people of all walks of life that are part of our Campaign Alliance. So when you say we're acting alone, we are not. Because there is no way United Party is acting alone. We are a campaign alliance.
These I saw, it states that the other parties signed it. Only UP and you guys not on our list.
Well, didn't we sign something yesterday and submitted it to the Supreme Court? It's in the interest of everybody.
You guys are
so even if something is submitted. When CPP submitted a document 2 months ago to the court, it was CPP that did that. But it's also in the interest of everybody.
The release I just read, the release carried all other parties besides.
What is the release that you just read?
Okay, I'll put it in the chat room. You see it because maybe you can't see it. I just put it there, but again, I was surprised, Jackie. But again, Mariah, welcome. I see you all dressed up in your green.
So when CPP submitted their stuff to Supreme Court, why they ask why they acted alone? I mean, when a political party submits, it is their right. Sometimes things are done in collaboration, but it's in the best interest of everybody, including the current government, to represent the voters as well.
Well,
everything we do, we're doing the interest of the public.
Yeah, just put it there so you can check it out. So the fundraiser you're having is for poll watchers.
It's for poll watchers to protect the votes for everybody.
So where is JMB today? He camping today?
JMB was on a few minutes ago. Yeah.
He was on Spoon, but I didn't see him on the campaign trail asking.
He did a lot of campaign activities today. And he will be back out there tomorrow. But he had a lot of meetings, carrying out a lot of campaign.
I can see it. I can see the thing on your face. Jackie, you spinning so.
Where, Jackie?
You spinning so I see you. Jackie,
you didn't see JMB? JMB was out there talking just now.
I saw you on Spoon talk, asking people for money. That's all I asking Jenna. Yeah, I saw that. Jackie.
Where?
Jackie, yeah, Jackie, I see the smile on Jackie face. I know spin that. Jackie, but Jackie, where he campaign today? Where did he campaign?
I said he carried out some campaign activities today.
Where?
He carried out campaign activities today, Tomalin.
Says Basel. Have you seen him outside?
Yes, he has been outside.
Where?
As you have seen him outside.
We haven't seen people where, because I'm in Liberia.
I haven't seen your senator.
That's not true. He was out today.
Today
he was outside with the women program, Jackie. He was. But tell us where.
But every single day is
but it's been since you left Basel, Jackie.
Every single day is campaign activity. Y'all been seeing listen, y'all bet shouldn't be that much. Y'all been seeing
No, for somebody who wants to be president, we need to know whether they're actually working, Jackie. We're not asking for the president at all.
Because you want to talk about him, you're panicking ways.
We will not be asking about the president like that. Whether the president went to work today, whether the president go to work today. We never used to ask about Madame Shirley. We used to see her car parking up to 10 p.m. So we knew she was at work. Where's the person who wants to be president?
I'm not worried where Alexander Cummings is.
No, you should be.
I'm worried.
You should be, because if someone wants to be president, you should know what their work ethic is. You should know whether they take their job seriously. If they can take campaign seriously, how do they take the presidency seriously?
Really?
Yes, Jackie. Really? Where has the former vice president been since?
The 1 hour
where has the former vice president been since Basel?
You worry about?
Since Basel. I'm worried about all the candidates. I'm assessing all of them.
Asking about Linsu Kennedy and the other people.
Where has he been since Basel?
Every day you're on day, Jackie. He's okay. Every single day is a campaign.
Well, you can say, because he hasn't been anywhere since Basel. Is he resting from the Basel trip? People should know.
When your candidate, that people don't see your candidate, is he resting as well?
My candidate was out today. He was with the women at the CPP HQ.
Nobody told me,
and we on the radio
yesterday. I'm not tracking your candidate, girl.
Hot FM. Sky,
all the other is out there carrying out campaign activities every single day.
Well, welcome, Roland Lafayette Giddings and Robert Gagwa Jr. Guys, welcome, man. Let's get this going. 13 days to go, and everybody's making the last minute pitch. I see your party is having a global fundraiser today on Spoon Network. I see all them.
And Class Reloaded. It's a joint.
No, it's on Spoon Network. Don't sugarcoat this. It's on Spoon Network.
It's Class Reloaded.
Well, let's get into it. Can we get into it? Let's get into it.
Reloaded.
Let's get into it.
Activity going on today.
Well, Jackie, we're gonna get into
it.
To
all the JMB supporters, please support. Go to joeboycott.com. Go and you can donate via mobile money in Liberia, or you can go to IB Bank. The poll watchers are extremely important, and they need to be present at every single 5,890 polling place. So adopt a polling place, adopt a poll watcher, and contribute. Why? Because your vote is important, and therefore need representation at the polling places. When you come in, when you leave, even before you enter the polling place, poll watchers have to be there starting at 6:30 in the morning until the polling place closed, where they tally the votes are counted poll watchers have to be present. So it's very, very important that we all support this important initiative because it's the poll watchers that will
TCA doing fundraiser for UP tonight.
Mariah, you will not
TCA doing fundraiser for UP tonight.
No.
I'm speaking.
Okay, I just want to know so I can pitch CPP fundraiser too.
You can speak, Mariah.
Are we doing a fundraiser here tonight?
Mariah, I am talking. You don't disrupt me. No rudeness here today. Stop that.
That we talking about rudeness.
No, but you disrupted me. Stop that.
Yourself.
No, you check yourself today.
On the show. So check yourself before you tell anybody about rudeness. Do you understand me?
No. You will not quiet and let me talk.
You will not sit on the show and tell any of your colleagues.
You will not be disrupted. Every single
you understand me? You will exhibit decorum, and you will not use insulting and offensive language to your colleagues. Do you understand me? Thank you very much. And I'm sure, I am very sure that's not going to happen again.
Mariah, no.
It's
I am sure you will not be rude again.
It is not going to happen
Normally,
again.
I try not to go to your level, but you do
it will not happen again, Jackie. Let's be crystal clear about it.
No, let's be crystal clear.
You
will not continue to be rude on the show and be very disruptive. Only
so that was a mistake.
And be on the diplomatic side. But you stop being rude on the show. You heard me talking.
You're the most disruptive person on the show. You on the show all day.
You want to talk and be rude all every day. That's your business.
So
when I'm talking, you will be quiet.
About rudeness on this show again. That was a mistake.
You will stop that.
So go ahead and speak. Because when you're done, I will. And if I need to interrupt, I will.
And if you disrupt, I will disrupt you.
No, of course. You do that all the time. But you will not talk about
Mariah.
13 days to go. Ben Coy is season.
Come on in. Let me finish talking because I was disrupted.
13 days to go. So that's a man. Guys, at the end of the day, people will get back together. You're make progress. Go ahead.
So let me finish talking, please. So anyway, the importance of poll watchers, as I was saying, everybody needs to support poll watching activities and make sure that they're poll watchers for their party. It doesn't even matter whether Unity Party, this party, that party. Yes, the Campaign Alliance is having a campaign fundraising event today. So go to joeboycott.com or go to Class Reloaded, Spoon, and contribute and listen to how you can contribute. But regardless of the party you belong to, it is very, very important that all the poll watchers for the different parties are present at the 5,890 polling places, which is also 2,080 precincts right now as of NEC numbers. So we really need, according to NEC guidelines, there should be 2 poll watchers per political party present in the room. One will be there and then one serve as a substitute outside, but there should be at least 1 poll watcher from each party present in every single polling place, from in the morning to in the afternoon to in the evening, to when the polling place is closed, the tallies, the votes are being tallied, to when they seal up the ballot box, and when they transport it. The poll watchers even have a right to follow the truck, the NEC truck, to see where the ballot boxes end up at the end of the day. So this is to just put that information out there for all the voters, so they can know why it's very, very important, the important role that the poll watchers play on behalf of our democracy and all the political parties and political representatives involved.
Okay. Let's go to Robert. Robert, just coming. It's getting hot in here.
Look, I enjoyed the ladies going back and forth. I think it's somewhat good as long as it's respectful. Mr. Giddens, good to be back on interacting with you again. I missed yesterday, but I was following. But look, Tomalin, I want to talk about something I believe is important. Let me just get this. There is nothing wrong with fundraising. And I think that I'm glad that some of my friends, I just got off the phone with some Unity Party execs who are good friends of mine. I'm glad that they've come to the realization that elections are expensive, and when people sit on the radio and talked about well, money cannot buy elections, you don't need money for this and that, and then you are into the wee hours and you are still trying to formulate strategies as far as training poll watchers, raising funds for poll. I know my big brother Giddens is laughing already, but that's a good thing. Training poll watchers and training those who are training poll watchers and so forth and so on. It speaks to the Unity Party from our perspective, and I could be wrong, lack of strategy with regards to winning these elections. Because it's a no-brainer. It's not a brain surgery, right? To conclude from the initial state. This was 5.5 years ago when George Weah won these elections. That elections cost. Elections are expensive. It's not just about messaging, even though messaging is important, but you need money to run elections. It entails a lot, right? And so I'm glad that they've come to that realization, and I'm glad that they understand that to ensure that you have over 13,000 pool watchers across the country, you need to fund them. You need transportation. You need adequate training and so forth and so on. And so that's a good thing that they're doing. Here is my reservation. It goes back to messaging. And maybe this is how we look at politics, right? But I want to be part of a political system where people words matches their actions. For me, it's not always about what people say that matters. It's what they do that I believe reflects what they truly stand for. And there is nothing wrong with fundraising, but I am appalled by the Unity Party under the message of doing things differently, under the umbrella of changing what we currently have, under all of what they talk about will be different, under the message of corruption, under the message and the umbrella of integrity, all of these things that should matter does not reflect the action of Unity Party. Could Unity Party have had a fundraiser outside of Spoon Network? I mean, let's put this in perspective. Spoon is controlled and is owned by an indicted and a convicted criminal.
Convicted. Exactly.
This is a fact. It doesn't matter where his crime took place, but the magnitude of this crime cannot be underestimated or overlooked anywhere, period. And the message that we send is not to demonize the individual that I'm talking about here, but the message is we have zero room for rewarding criminals. Doesn't matter what happened. The message is we respect and we embrace people who are hard workers, people who are honest earners, people who are not looking to cut corners. I said to someone in 2005, and I said this to someone in 2017, no government that embraced the endorsement of a war criminal in person of Prince Johnson can tell me they stand a better chance to fight corruption or war crimes in our country, because this endorsement does not come free. They come with something behind them. You can't tell me you stand for something and you have embraced and you have basically gone to bed with a convicted criminal, a man who acquired riches, and you can laugh all day, Giddens, and I'm willing to have this debate with you today on an intellectual level. But this man is a convicted criminal. This man cut corners. This man got rich overnight at the detriment of poor people. What this man did had the propensity of killing innocent people. This is not no joking matter. Your cousin, your sister, your family member could have gone to a hospital where a nurse did not go through the requisite training and have acquired a degree, and that person could have been killed as a result of that. This is not joking matter. But for Unity Party, who stand for everything that reflects change, to go on the network of Spoon, a man who refused to do something simple as a professional in the interest of his network, recuse himself. Whenever you are accused, even if you're not guilty, the professional thing to do is to hold the integrity of your institution and to not be, and for you to not be a distraction to your colleagues, is to recuse yourself. Recuse yourself and let the process play out. That's a professional thing. I think Guinness will agree with me. Jackie, you agree with me. But he refused to do something as simple as that. He has remained on that platform. And today he's part of that fundraiser. We don't know how much they're going to raise, but who's to say that a bulk of this money may not come from Stanton's pocket? Who's to say that?
From the criminal money.
So I will stop here for right now. But when people question whether or not Unity Party reflect the future as opposed to the past, when people question whether or not Unity Party is actually an alternative to what we want to change, when people question the decision-making of Joseph Boakai, these things should not be overlooked, Giddens. As a smart, and I respect you tremendously, but I'm going to say this. And I know you're in a position to defend your party. That's fine. But if I was advising Joseph Boakai as a Joseph Boakai supporter and as a patriotic Liberian, this would have been a bad idea. Fundraising is not a bad idea. How you go about it raises question. And this fundraiser, you can come up and tell me, say you raised $50,000 or $100,000. This fundraiser has red flag. And you, my friend, cannot tell Liberians that you represent anything to the contrary of being an alternative or something better. And I'll stop there for now.
Will you respond?
Well, again, I mean, this is the same old story. And, there's not much I can say about that because, if you look on both sides, I'm sure what his name, Robert is clear about his support of Mr. Cummings, and there are people around Mr. Cummings who were indicted for corruption, who even had his political institution right now for corruption. This president is sanctioned by FIFA. They cannot travel to any FIFA game to enter any FIFA stadium, but Musa Belede is the chairman for the Liberty Party, and that, of course, Mr. Cummings is the standard bearer for. I mean, the chairman for the CPPA is the standard bearer for. So, Chief, let's not begin discussing these things because for me, it doesn't matter. I think this is not key as compared to what we should be discussing, because all sides got people who are conflicted. And even in politics, if you understand what the broader base of in terms of politics, you know that when you're in a political situation at times, you need some people who maybe be people with those characters. There's not much you can do with them. And I will say this. We will not waste our time discussing this. The funding being raised on Spoon Network, using Spoon Network is not going to Spoon account. It's going to the Unity Party account. We are excited about that. We endorse it as a political party. It is our trend. Now, the other parties can go ahead and choose the best platform they want to raise their money. The quote-unquote clean platform they may establish. They have clean money. They can go ahead and use their money for the campaign. We will use whatever money we can use. If you consider that as dirty money, so be it. We don't think so. There are legitimate Liberians in America and in Liberia that are making contribution to using that network. And we accept that the party will benefit from whatever individual Liberians contribute to that particular fundraiser tonight. It is not any criminal money. As far as we know, Stanton is not contributing anything to that. Even if he did, Stanton has the right to do what he chooses to make contribution to a campaign. I know Stanton case is all out there already. He pleaded guilty. So he already has a case the way it is. So nobody going to sit here and crucify him. He's not the only first Liberian that have gotten into that, and he has pleaded guilty for that. So he still has a life ahead of him. We are part of what is happening tonight on Spoon platform. The party endorsed that. The Standard Bearer was there. He spoke to Liberians all around the world. So those of you who got issue with it, so be it. Whatever issue you have with it, you can go ahead. I know you may say, like you're saying, what is being raised, quote unquote, the fund is not good money. You can describe it whatever way you choose to. We accept whatever funds come out of that fundraiser tonight to support our campaign. I know you're not against fundraiser because nobody in a political activity of such, especially the national elections, will say that raising funds is an issue. And I know you agree that it's not an issue, but because we're using Spoon, we are on Spoon tonight, so it becomes an issue. Well, the Liberian will make the judgment whether we are using criminal money, like you're saying, to support whatever campaign or whatever pool washing we want to support. We need it. We have to take care of our pool washing. Those who have quote unquote claim money, use your claim money, support your own program. We will use whatever money we choose to, and that's it. The issue of you're in bed with a criminal, you're in bed with a killer, all that thing is a whole story, bro. I'm sure if Prince Johnson was in your corner, you won't say that tonight. You'll be saying something different. He's in our corner. We're stepping for who he is. Prince Johnson as somebody. No, 1 minute, Chief, you are talking. Chief, you are talking. I didn't interrupt you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So let's do it. Let's be civil. Okay. Prince Johnson is somebody, yes, who fought war. We agreed to that. And of course, came back to this country over the last 20-some years, with 20 years, participated in election, has not been involved in anything to create. No, I'm not saying that. I say he participated in the crisis.
You don't believe?
Well, again, Chief.
I believe so.
I know the TRC report also spoke about something with his involvement. We agree to that. And until that is adjudicated, let's leave that for another day. The point I'm making, he has been there over the last 20-something years in Liberia and has significantly contributed to our body politics. He has not created any instability. He's in our corner today. You can describe him whatever way you choose to as he is. He is a political alliance, and as a party, we accept that. Because yesterday, he was with CDC, he was okay. If he were with any other party, we won't be having that conversation tonight from you, Robert. If you're with the party you support, we won't be having that conversation. So we accept it. He's a war criminal. I should call him whatever name. Today we see him as a political ally. That's how we see him. Let's leave the war criminal thing for another day. We can have that conversation when the war crime code comes. That is something that we as a political party have said we have no issue with, we support, and we will institute. We said that, and we stand by that. It's a policy statement. So when we get to that time for the whole war crime and criminal thing, we can deal with that. Right now, we see it as a political ally that we have respect for, and we're going to proceed that way. So, I mean, you can call it anyway. You can call him names. You can call us names if you choose to. The Liberian people will make that determination, whether the Unity Party, because it has ally of such, or whether because the Unity Party is quote unquote raising funds on Spoon effort tonight to fund its pool washing or to fund its campaign election activities, will be a reason why Joseph Boakai cannot be a good president. The Liberian people will make that determination at the ballot box. So I don't have patience for that tonight. With this, you can call us name, anything you choose to. Say, call Unity Party any way you want to call us. We accept that. But we are instituting our fundraiser tonight on Spoon, and it's a policy decision that we took as a party. We accept that. Prince Johnson is a political ally that we accept. He's in our corner. Criminal. So
he's a war
yeah. This is what I said. Yeah, okay, yeah. But he is but to us, Chief. I'm not in it.
In 2017,
I'm not in it. Chief, I'm not in it. Robert, I'm not in it. I'm not in it. You can call it a war criminal as you choose to.
Be man enough and said that.
Okay, you can call it as a war criminal as you choose to. Today, I call him a political ally. I call him a political ally with us. Politically, he's an ally to us. That's how we call him. You can call him war criminal. You can choose to do that. You can call us any name you choose to. So be it.
You do that.
But that's it. We accept whatever name you call us. You call our party. You know, we accept it. We agree with you. It's okay. But what we decided as a political party, as a policy, go ahead. Use all your strategy. Now you say we don't have strategy. You don't think so? All your best strategy, Robert. Use it to stop. Robert, listen. Robert, use it. Robert, listen to me. Listen to me. Let me speak. Yeah, you were speaking. I didn't interrupt you, Chief. I didn't interrupt you, Chief.
You were in better with a war
Chief, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. I thought we were supposed to be civil tonight. I thought we should be civil tonight. So let's be civil, Robert. I know you are happy up. The point I'm making is, Robert, yes, we don't have strategy like you're saying. So we're a bunch of people who know nothing of what we're doing. But today, we are the leading political alliance. The leading political alliance, the biggest, led by Joseph Walker. But we have no strategy. We don't know what we're doing. We agree. We accept that.
That's a follow.
Prince Johnson, as you call him a criminal, go ahead. We call him our political ally. We're in political times, and that's it. So we accept whatever you say.
Let the other guys come
okay? So I will rest on this note. Okay. But we accept, that. Use the strategy on your political institution you support and get the best out of it. Forget about it.
Before I bring Mariah in, let me ask just a yes or no question, Roland. If Mr. Spoon contributes tonight to your rally, will you accept his money?
What you say? If he contribute tonight to our rally? Oh yeah, we will take it.
Okay.
I will tell you, we will take it. We'll take it. We will take it. Yes, we will take it.
Okay,
we will take it.
Like
yes, we will take it.
Okay, I come in. President of USA. They just indicted U.S. Senator Menendez, and he contributed to Senator Fetterman campaign. And Fetterman was calling a resignation, and he returned his money that he contributed to his campaign. He returned it. That's why I don't put it in politics. If you get problem with certain principles, you return the money, and again, you accept it. So no problem, you accept it. Mariah, you can come in.
Wow. Whew. Man. This country is in trouble.
One phase, ready? Rolling.
No. Tomalin, do I have to?
Go ahead,
Thank
Mariah.
you.
Got the floor.
We're in deeper trouble than we realize. And that's why I continue to say the only alternative is Mr. Alexander B. Cummings. Period. Full stop. And to sit on the show tonight and hear the defense and the acceptance and we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. This is not the Liberia we envisioned for ourselves, for our future, for our children. That we will sit on a radio public platform and defend why we will take money, criminal proceeds from a criminal to run elections and defend it. And specifically say we will use whatever money. So that means today, somebody can go steal in Unity Party and carry it, and they will use it. Because they will use whatever money. I'm hearing myself. Can everybody mute?
Guys can all mute so because you hear feedback. Okay.
We will dance with the devil. We will use whatever money, criminal or not. This is the party that wants to replace the CDC. This is what Liberians are supposed to take as an alternative to the CDC. I don't even want to believe I just listened to this conversation. It's still like a dream. I probably was sitting here eyed open wide dreaming, because it's not. It can't be realistic. This cannot be an option for the Liberian people. But let me clarify some of the misinformation and intentional lies. Nobody, no single person in Mr. Cummings' camp has been convicted of any crime by any court of competent jurisdiction. More or less talk about a federal court in the United States of America. And I dare and I challenge anybody on this platform, including Roland Giddens, to name one person in Mr. Cummings' scam who's been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction for fraud, for theft, for any other issue that makes them a criminal convict, subjecting them to imprisonment. One. That's the challenge. But nobody on this platform, not even Giddens, can name one person in Mr. Cummings' camp. I will not sit on this platform and defend who he claimed was convicted by FIFA. Since when did FIFA become a court of competent jurisdiction? FIFA is a sports body. It's like LFA carrying out an investigation and saying this person did X, Y, and Z. Does that make the person a criminal convict? To even equate that to a conviction by a federal court in the United States of America, it's not just disingenuous, but it's a disservice to the Liberian people. Since when? How can we sit on this platform and try to deflect from the real issues? How can we sit on this platform and throw our values away to defend a political institution's decision that we know deep down in our hearts it's wrong? How can we defend this tonight or tomorrow night or 3 years from now or 5 years from now or 10 years from now when our children have the opportunity to come back and watch these platforms and ask us questions? Nobody has said anything about fundraiser being a bad thing. Nobody, and nobody will. Matter of fact, we in the CPP and the ANC, we're big on fundraisers because we put our money where our mouths are. ANC Global has been fundraising for the ANC for a long time because they put their money where the mouths are. And they understand that it takes money to run elections. But like Robert said, you have a party that lied to the Liberian people that money was not important, that you don't need money to run elections, that you don't need money to protect your votes. And at the dying minute now, they're using any means necessary to raise funds from criminals, convicts, and anybody. That is not an option for the Liberian people. And every time people say, are you trying to take George Weah out of power? Yes, we're trying to take George Weah out of power, and George Weah will be a one-term president. And George Weah needs to leave the presidency because he's not done a good job as president. But we're not going to replace a younger George Weah with an older George Weah. We're not going to replace the CDC with another version of the CDC. Liberians deserve better. And this tonight is not an alternative for the Liberian people. Stanton Witherspoon is a convicted criminal. Stanton Witherspoon got his money by fraud. Stanton Witherspoon stole from people, and that's the money
Are we
that
coming?
UP is going to use for fundraising tonight. It is defending it.
Yeah, a few more seconds.
And it's
Yeah, please.
defending it. Because at the end of the day, what UP is telling us is you can steal, you can arm rob, you can go in people's homes and take their money. You can do whatever to earn money. You can sell human beings parts. You can be a human trafficker. You can be a boyo. You can be a human pass seller. You can be a criminal. You can be a rogue. You can be a murderer. Bring your money and we will take it. That's the desperation. That's the desperation that is at stake tonight. And that is not an option for the Liberian people.
So be it.
Yeah, Roland. Before I go to welcome Jolofa, people are asking me to actually to clarify your comment one more time. Just they want you to clarify that the question I asked earlier. What is your position about will you accept direct contribution from Mr. Witherspoon?
But I don't understand why you're asking me that question over and over. But why are you asking me such question over and over? I don't understand. Stanton also run businesses. He also run businesses in Liberia and other places. He has money, other money besides money you're talking about him stealing for someone. So it has nothing to do with whether he contributes to our rally or not. The first argument you started here tonight, as far as Robert, was that we're using the network to raise funding. So just by using the network, criminalize the Unity Party according to your platform, according to most of you sitting here. So we say, yeah, we accept that. We accept to be criminalized because we use the Spoon Network platform to raise resources for our campaign or for our pool washing activities. We accept that. Okay, so call us names. The Liberian will make the determination as to whether you are better than us in terms of what you're providing or what you're suggesting to be. So Ambassador Barker has presented himself to the Liberian with a team of people who I know the Liberian people will trust. Okay, so if you think because we're using the Spoon Network tonight to raise resources makes the Unity Party to be a terrible party, it's not an option for the Liberian people. As you said, say all kinds of ways, call us names. The Liberian will make the determination as to whether you're right or not. We're doing our fundraiser tonight, and I say it's a policy decision by the party. We support that to use the platform. So continue to call the names. I'm not going to answer any direct question about that. Continue to call the names. Continue to call our names. Continue to think it's the worst decision that we made to use the Spoon platform to raise resources. That makes all of us criminal. Say it. Enjoy yourself about it. If that make you feel good, go ahead. But the Unity Party made a policy decision to go ahead and do what she's doing tonight. Supported by the standard bearer. He was on the air, on the platform, few minutes to ask Liberians around the world, in America, in Liberia, to support his campaign. And we endorse that and accept that as a party. So whatever name you want to call it, however you want to name us, however you want to say we are, whatever you want to say that the money is raised on a criminal platform, go ahead. If that make you feel good, so be it. We are doing our fundraiser tonight, and resources out of the fundraiser tonight from that platform will be used to support our programs. And I think we should change the topic. But if you want to continue, we can drag it on. I mean, I prepare for that.
No, okay, we'll move on. Lofa Julius is coming. Is Siaga Sherry from the ruling CDC is here tonight. But so we gotta go. Lofa Julius just chiming. Guys, because of the time, please that will just go for the 2 minutes mark so we all can take part. So let's go. Lofa, go ahead.
Definitely. Good evening, good afternoon to everybody.
And before that, before you finish, Lamin, get ready. Tawan Gonglo was on the campaign show. I will play his video. I want to really interpret what he was trying to say on that video later on today, please. So just prepare yourself for that. Go ahead, Lofa.
Tomalin, it appears as though you were reading my mind because I would have had that as my intro statement. But now that we will get deeper into it, there's an echo in the back. Can you get me yourself?
Everybody just need a mute.
Yeah. In regards to what my brother Robert started to speak to, if Liberians around the world, we are not concerned about where we are taking our country today, I don't think we will ever be concerned about the group of people who are now standing in line to govern our nation. You know, Heraclitus of Ephesus said, good character is not formed in a week or a month.
Yep.
It is created little by little, day by day. Protracted and patient effort is needed to develop good character. You know, Liberians, I wonder sometimes as to whether we sincerely want change or we want chances. Do we sincerely want change or we want chances? From all indication and what I have gathered from the folks from the Unity Party camp, they are literally telling us, gave me a chance to simply do worse than what the CDC is doing today. In the words of Honorable McCay, he said he is willing to sleep with the devil if that gives him the presidency. So all of this thing about integrity, character, the issue of morality, it gets thrown out the window simply because one is so desperate. The desperation for the presidency speaks volume. We saw it. And I said this yesterday, Tomalin. Yesterday, I spoke of how the Unity Party is mimicking everything the CDC did years before. And today we see how the CDC is performing. Any attempt on the part of Liberians to dare trust the Unity Party with power in our country, they will perform far worse than George Weah and his entourage. You think corruption is against you today? Corruption will literally usher you out of your homes in the interest of gravy seekers. To listen to a big brother, okay, Roland, sit on here and say, we will do anything and everything. If that's what it takes for us to win the presidency, if that's what it takes for us to raise funds, we would do it. Upon their ascendancy to government, when they are opportune to govern, you think you are concerned about drugs trafficking? If what it takes to raise funds to pay civil servant, if it takes to bring drugs in the country and sell it to pay our civil servant, they will do it because that's what it takes. In his words, he's telling you right up front. He's telling you we will say and do anything and everything because we want to buy sympathy from Liberians. But I don't think Liberians are simply that gullible to buy into this thing that I'm going to just play it out so that they can sympathize with me. I'm scared for my country. I am really scared for the next generation of people. I'm scared that one group of people would think that it's okay. We could sleep. We could go in bed with murderers, perpetrators of heinous act against humanity. Those individuals today should be celebrated because we seem to benefit something from them. God in heaven knows. If the next generation of people is not of concern to the Unity Party, then what is it that the Unity Party wants to do? Again, I will close on this note. Governance is not simply the opportunity to enrich yourselves. Okay? Governance is service oriented. And in order to provide service, one must care for those whom they are providing the services to. And we're speaking of quality service. Tonight, today, what I see, what I hear, I am scared for the next generation of people. As for me, I am in my future. This is my future here. I'm in a society where the system works for all of us. But what I want the most is to provide similar opportunity for the young people back home so that they are opportune to stand up. The playing field is even across the board. I don't hear that coming out of the mouth of the big brother Roland over here. I don't hear that coming out of the Unity Party camp, the camp that is asking us to elect them so that they could be worse than that of the CDC government. I'm scared. I am really scared, and I'm praying to God that Liberians will not repeat the mistake that was made, that today they are crying, they are on their knees, and they are struggling, dealing with the level of corruption from the CDC government. If you think the CDC government is bad, think about it again. Try the Unity Party government, and these same individuals who are telling you today we will do any and everything, they will tell you your cries don't matter to us because we are where we wanted to be, and we are there now. You can't do a darn thing about it. I stopped on there for now. I said thank you once again, folks, to come out here and be a part of the conversation with Mariah Yakula, my sister, Jackie, Robert, Lamy, and of course, Big Brother, Roland, Henry, Peabody, and Tomalin George. All of you guys, wonderful people. Great to be in the house. Let's see how we can discuss Mama Liberia in the best interest of the people. Thank you.
I'm trying to get the there's a tip, but the guys in the studio.
Yeah, so Tomalin, why you getting the tip? I think I can start my 6 minutes now, right?
No. I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the time, but that go for 2 people.
I mean, how you gonna be looking at the time that he said? So I mean, you can't give 6 minutes and you give me 2. So let me just the tip comes later on. Let me just say a few things quickly. I mean, it's really reprehensible what Roland said. I mean, I didn't expect Giddings to say stuff like that. I didn't expect him to be justifying wrong. But what's the difference between what Roland said and what Mariah said? Exactly the same things. Exactly the same thing. No, wait, don't, I beg you, Bossman, please. The justification normally is that the person has not been convicted. No, that's not a justification for bad behavior. It's not. It's absolutely not. So it's not different from what he said. So if we're condemning him, then we got to condemn her. You know, I seriously condemn what he said. No, Councillor Westmore. You can ask me later on. We're talking about honesty issues. We're talking about honesty issues, right? We're talking about honesty issues. Westmore, so if you say nobody has convicted somebody of Westmore. The issue of Prince Johnson also comes in. Even though I agree that Prince Johnson is Westmore. In the lane of politics, you're not only talking about whether the person is being convicted or not.
Oh no.
Senator Menendez that Tomalin just referred to has not been convicted. Senator Menendez that Tomalin just referred to has not been convicted.
But Tomalin, we need to have some order here. I think the council needs to speak.
It's the same argument. Yeah. It's the same argument that the CDC people make all the time. Go bring evidence before us to prosecute. No, you cannot make that argument. You can't use the more equivalency. Mariah, Councillor Westmore now. Councillor Westmore.
We need some order here.
Wait.
Let's have some order.
Start saying, no, Councillor, wait. You step in it. You gotta accept the fact that you step in it. You try to you step in it. Just wait. To start justifying that FIFA is not an entity to convict people, I mean, that's going too low. If you condemn what Roland said, you got to condemn it too. You should not provide any justification to say my own people better. That's some of the problems we have in this country. Other people criminals are bad, our own criminals are good.
I mean, what makes someone a criminal?
Councillor, wait now.
But if you can answer that question, if you can lay that basis, you have to lay the basis for the
Councillor, if somebody has a problem with issues, moral issues, whether that private moral issue or that public moral issue, they're all in the same category. You cannot categorize them differently. You can't be dealing with one person, you say, because the government that convicted the person, and then the person who PS convicted them in a group, then you say that person better than the other person. No, you have to have one moral standard that will apply to everybody. And Roland, you got to be ashamed of yourself for saying what you said. You know, you have to be. And you can't be gung-ho about it. You can't sit down and say, we don't care, we do anything we want to. No. You won't run our country. You want to run our country. You can't run our country with that kind of attitude. You cannot do it. So let's be different. And I will correct you on something else you said. You said every single political party got their own criminal. That's not true. The LPP, we do not have criminals in our midst. You can point out one of them so we can discuss it. We do not have our own criminals, and that's the reason why we treat
I didn't say
every criminal the same way. You said every party. You said it. You said it.
No, I don't
So let's
remember
be clear
saying
about
that.
that all over. So let's be clear across the board. Mr. Getty's criminal is a criminal. Mara a criminal, a criminal. All of them are criminals. We treat them equally. We treat them equally. That's how we change the country. We can't cherry pick amongst them. We cannot cherry pick amongst them. We deal with it equally. That's what we do. And that's the reason why for us, we have prison cells waiting for people who behave that way. If you betray the public trust, you have no business being in public service. I always tell people, we have too many people looking for work to do in this country for us to tolerate people who are not prepared to do their work or doing the wrong things. We got too many people to fill those spaces for us to be tolerating people who do wrong. So we got to stop that. And let me just come to something Robert said. You know, he always talking about the issue of money, money, money. I know you said you were a baby when Taylor came to power. But they said the same thing about Taylor. They said Taylor had a mayonnaise jar full of diamonds. And when we elect him president, he will bring those diamonds to Liberia and everything will be rosy and fine. We elected him president. We saw what happened later on. So that money argument doesn't mean anything. They said the same thing about Josh Weah. Wait small now, Chief, wait small. Chief, wait small. They said the same thing about Josh Weah. Wait now, boss man. When somebody step on your corner, do just jump in. Just wait small. They said the same thing about they said the same thing about Josh Weah. They said Josh Weah was rich, so he will not steal. We see the result, right? The other time when I was on Spoon, they had Senator Bernie come in and he was talking about why he's supporting Mr. Bwaka and blah, blah, blah. So I asked him, you supported Mr. Weah? He said, yes. I said, why did you support Weah? And Senator Bernie was brave enough to tell me that he supported Weah because Weah had plenty of money and he had friends that had money. He thought they were going to bring the money here to fix the country. Imagine that kind of elementary talk coming from a senator. He was brave to say that thing on public radio. So it's the same thing about the money business. Money does not equate to honesty. During Mr. Salif government, the reason why they were paying people high salaries is because they said if you pay them high salaries, they will be honest. We saw the result of that. High salary did not equate to honesty. So money in elections do not necessarily equate to getting the best leadership. So you have to stop that money business. It's not by having people who have money coming campaign, it doesn't mean you are getting the best results.
Okay.
And let me just close by saying it. One last thing. Before Tomalin play his tape, the Unity Party has gone around telling people, especially people in Nima County, and I hope people from Nima County listen to us today. They've been telling them that vote for Mr. Bwaka and Mr. Kun will run the government. The people fooling you people. People from Nima County, the people fooling you. It's not the vice president that runs government. It's not the vice president that runs the government. The government is run by the president and the people around the president. If the people around the president want a particular policy, that's what they will push. You can't say because someone is old, so the president's vice president will run the day. Mrs. Taylor thought that since she's more qualified than Mr. Weah, he will run the day. We saw where she put him, where he put her, in fact. So let's be careful with those arguments about let's vote for this person because this other person is the one that will run the show. I mean, that's elementary argument. The vice president doesn't run the country. The president runs the country. The president is rather assist the president in running the country. But as we've seen with Mr. Salif from Mr. Bwaka's own testimony, well, as you've seen with Mr. Salif and as you have seen with Mr. Weah, if the president wants to keep the vice president in the corner, the president will keep the vice president in the corner. So do not be deceived. Do not be deceived to say you are voting for Mr. Kun in a guise of voting for Mr. Bwaka. Do not be deceived.
You're voting for the vice president.
Do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Thank you very much.
Please let's follow the time because
thank you.
Yeah, please.
So first things first.
Mute anybody when you pass the time, please.
I think it's very disingenuous for my fellow council to sit on here and say everybody is a criminal without telling the Liberian people what makes someone a criminal. And if you cannot ask consistently, what makes someone, you're a lawyer, what makes someone a criminal? Is it accusations? Is it conviction by a court of competent jurisdiction? What makes someone a criminal? If you cannot tell the Liberian people what makes someone a criminal, then you're just being political at this point. And that's literally being disingenuous of your legal profession and what you're supposed to stand for. And I was very clear in my response to Giddens that I'm not going to sit here and defend Musa Belidi or whoever, but if you're going to call him a criminal, then to equate it to someone being federally convicted by a federal court, then tell us what court that Musa Belidi was convicted of. To be a criminal under the law, you must have been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. And you, as a counselor of law, you know that very well. But to sit on the show tonight and equate morality to criminality, that makes you being disingenuous, because at the end of the day, if we're talking about morality, even your standard bearer, the standard bearer was
man, wait, we gotta come in. We gotta come in.
You just asking for all your time. Let her
Yeah,
land.
don't do that.
ethical and unprofessional behavior. If morals and ethics are equated to criminality, and the fact that a standard bearer has been under investigation for unethical behavior by the Supreme Court's Grievance and Ethics Committee, Councillor Gonglo, that you support, then are you going to tell the Liberian people that Councillor Gonglo being under investigation for unethical behavior is also a criminal? You cannot equate morality and ethics to criminality.
Is not under any investigation for ethical transgression. So what you saying is not true. Do not say something like that true.
You were asking for all the time in the world. Let the lady land, though. Let her land.
Why would you even claim that I would say something that is not true? Here is the October 2022 report that clearly says here, Supreme Court subjects Councillor Gonglo others to ethical probe. I can send the link. Let me put it in front of the camera so people can see it. Do not tell me I speak on something that's not true. Subject Gonglo and others to ethical probe. October 2022, the Supreme Court subjected Councillor Gonglo and other lawyers in the Amos Precious case to ethical probe. That means they were accused of unethical and unprofessional behavior as a lawyer. If you're going to equate ethics and morals to criminality, then you're sitting on the show to admit that Councillor Gonglo is also a criminal, equated to Stanton Witherspoon? Is that the kind of argument you're going to make as a counselor of the Supreme Court bar? That you're going to equate morality to criminality when you know that something can be immoral but not illegal? Is that the conversation we're going to have tonight? So I am taken aback, and I am very disappointed that a counselor of the Supreme Court bar would sit on national radio and equate morality and ethics to criminality when you know very well that for someone to be called a criminal, they must have been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. But if by your logic and by your political manipulations and by your standards, we're going to use ethics and morals for criminality, then are you going to tell the Liberian people that by the virtue of your standard bearer being subject to ethical probe by the Supreme Court's Grievance and Ethics Committee for unethical behavior, that makes him also a criminal, equivalent to Stanton Witherspoon? I'm sure not. Thank you.
So, I mean, there is,
my man, you can't do that. I gotta come in. You can't do that. My man, no, you can't do that, bro.
I mean, we got other people who
Tomalin. But you can't do that.
Tomalin.
She said something that has to be clarified.
But you said something about me too. I waited my turn. Wait for your time.
Yeah, I mean, he got to wait for his time. He can't just come and overtalk the conversation like that.
You can't just say,
yeah, but then you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, and I also think I need to provide some kind of further clarity on something.
By the time you pass the time, I will do me. Let me go and respond. Then I will make.
Okay, so.
Let me go ahead.
So let me go ahead, but I hope I come in after.
Let me just say something here quickly. And Maria is being
will take over the whole conversation
because she knows what she just read is a falsehood, and the reason why I say it's a falsehood is because she knows the facts of that particular issue, and the fact that she will come and try to equate it to the sports court, which even though it's not a government, but it's the body that governs sports all across the world. They have judges that rule against people. If you go to the highest level where people go to cast, and a cast ruling comes out, you cannot say when the Supreme Court makes an error and says somebody should be subjected to ethical. Somebody should be, you know the facts of the matter. So
It
be
was, I don't.
honest about it.
I sent
Be
the
honest
link to the
be
chat.
honest about it.
Everybody
Be
can
honest
have
about it. And I
access
use
to
that
it.
example.
It
Don't even
wasn't an
use that
error.
example as
It's
insulting.
the
So
same
use that
committee
example as
under the
insulting to
judiciary.
Councilor Bongo, and
The
you know
same way
it.
FIFA got a
You know it very
committees,
well.
I had a
So
judiciary got a
the
committees.
Supreme Court, because Judge Mappy Morgan was complaining to the Grievance and Ethics Committee, and at the end of the day, the Supreme Court decided that they would not take any action against her, even though the Grievance and Ethics Committee,
complained to the committee.
the Grievance and Ethics Committee, even though the Grievance and Ethics Committee decided that there should be action taken against her, the Supreme Court decided they will not take any action against her.
FIFA committee
But
too.
Mariah, when you lied to the public, so give me a chance and
No, I did
clarify it,
not.
because you know
Please
what
do
you're
not
saying was
tell me
not
about
true.
lying. I'm
You
citing
know what
media
you're saying wasn't
reports.
true. So let's be
I'm
honest.
citing media
Let's be
reports.
honest. So insult
Wasn't he subject to
Councilor
ethical
Bongo here
probe?
for something that you know is not true and you know the facts
Wasn't he
about it.
subject
So
to ethical
insulting it.
probe? Wasn't
So
a stand-up
insult.
bearer a subject
No,
of
no, you know the
investigation?
facts for them matter. So wait for me to complete saying it.
Tomalin, please
Don't
read
get
the
joking.
story.
You say something about something that's not true, and you're talking
But
about
please read it.
some
Don't be
some
saying
lawyer
that
and all
at
of
the
that
media.
stuff. I don't mind that insult.
I'm not
But wait, let
saying
me
it.
finish
I'm saying,
what I'm saying.
but you want to
Because
equate morals and
you
ethics
said
to
something that's not true, and you
criminality.
know that's not true. That's not equating morality. It has nothing to do with it. The court decided that the court
You said
decided that
morality and
since
criminality.
Mr. Brussels complained Judge Mappy Morgan, they will say, they will tell the Grievance and Ethics Committee to investigate Mr. Brussels' lawyers. Councilor Bongo wasn't even part of that case at the time the particular issue came about. He wasn't even part of that case. But because Mr. Bongo represented Mr. Brussels at certain point, the Supreme Court decided that
we need to walk around now.
Yeah,
Right,
okay,
there are other things.
Someone need to provide some further clarity on certain things, please.
Okay, so the Supreme Court of Liberia has asked the Grievance and Ethics Committee to investigate Councillor Tiawan Gonglo and several other lawyers for alleged unprofessional and unethical misconduct. Gonglo, Viaman Blama,
Where's the lie?
Wellington Bidel, and monthly and probate court Judge
All right, wait more now.
are the subjects of the investigation in the hand of the Duke of Petroleum. The twins are different. Yeah. So I mean, the Supreme Court asked to do.
No, but you're missing a point. The Supreme Court made an error there, and Mariah knows that an error they made. She knows it. She knows it. So she's been dishonest. She's been dishonest to use that example. Because she knows.
Well, Tomalin, we can. I mean, the whole show can be about trying to fix that thing there.
Why will you mute me and
We
not
gotta
mute her?
move
Why you
on.
mute me and you not mute her? Why will you do that?
He muted me.
You mute her. Don't mute her, me and not mute her. Mute all of us.
Who's
You know?
speaking next?
Everybody on muted. The guy in the control meter. Everybody. Okay, you're rolling coming. Guys,
Okay, so you know, the council of Lame came in, you know, and made a point, and I wanted to scratch that point further. Mariah saying, you know, what happened with Musa Benedict was about morality. No, he was indicted by FIFA. He even appealed the case. He went to arbitration, and he still did not get any verdict that was in his interest. He was banned not to enter no FIFA stadium. He does not even go to watch the games here in Liberia. Okay, so it's nothing about going to a court. FIFA is a recognized institution. They have bodies that can adjudicate cases of such. And it was about corruption. It was about embezzling funds. So to tell me that the issue of ability is about morality, that's not true. It was about embezzlement, corruption. And he was found guilty by FIFA. So he did not have to go to a court. He even appealed the case. And he was still found guilty. And today he's banned. He cannot enter any stadium, even in Liberia FIFA stadium. So let's tap that, like I said earlier. So he's now the chairman for CPP, and so be it. Also, you were talking about, Robert, that, you know, we accept money from criminals, okay? Yeah, but Mr. Comey gave money to a war criminal. Prince Johnson benefited from some money from Mr. Cummings. And Mr. Cummings admitted to that. You are on the platform that defend the CPP or in the CPP knows that very well. So Mr. Cummings took his clean money and gave it to a war criminal. So maybe you guys need to go by a chest on him for doing that. But why did he do that? Knowing that knowing that Prince Johnson is a war criminal, like you call him, okay, which I'm not going to question. But Mr. Cummings gave donation to him. For what reason? Nobody knows. The point I'm making is you can be hypocritical about this. Mariah, you can't argue that.
Nobody knows.
No, you can't. What university? What university? So it was okay. So Stanton has. So listen that. So listen to this. Stanton has other business. 1 minute. 1 minute. Stanton has other businesses, and if Stanton make a contribution, that money comes from your other businesses. Since you say Mr. Cummings gave the money to a war criminal like you call Prince Johnson, and it's to his university, but who owns the university? It's for Prince Johnson. So let's stop being hypocritical. That there are very important things that we need to. No. Let's stop being hypocritical. Yeah, that's the point I'm making.
You're deflecting.
Is that money was given to Prince Johnson?
Was given to Nimba
okay.
Community
College. Who owned the university?
To start the university in Nimba. For Nimba.
Who owned the university? Who owned the university? Who owned the university?
Who's going to the university?
No, that's not the argument. The argument is that you gave money to Prince Johnson University. Tomalin, can I be protected? Mariah is interrupting me. Let me learn, then she can come in. Mariah is interrupting me. Tomalin, can you allow Mariah to stop? Interrupting me, please. Let me end my case. Yeah, let me end it. She want to interrupt me. I know her game. The point I'm making is Mr. Cummings gave money to Prince Johnson University. Prince Johnson is the owner, the sole owner of that university, like you said. Okay? Whether Prince Johnson want to use it for a university or not, he gave it to him. Prince Johnson is considered, according to the two of you and Rabbi tonight, and even Lofa, as a war criminal, as you call him. And so nobody should do any business with him. But Mr. Cummings did business with him. So let's not be hypocritical here about, we are raising money on a platform that is led by a criminal and all of that. You also have those people in your midst. And I'm very clear about that.
Scholarship
so let's stop that.
Business.
Let's find another conversation, to have here tonight, which should make sense. Let's move on. Because you also have it in your cycle. And stop pretending. So go back and go call Mr. Cummings why he gave $50,000 to Mr. Johnson. Same you consider him as a criminal, a war criminal, Robert. That's how you consider him. So let's move on. I think we can have other better discussions. We have the issue about the election commission here to talk about. People are not concerned about that. You are concerned about our fundraiser tonight. Is that what the whole show going to take over? Just the fundraiser? Let's discuss something more substantial. You all guys see your concept, and then you guys do all kind of things.
Let me say that. Let me also say here that giving scholarship to students is not doing business with somebody. That's totally false and misleading.
Come on. What scholarship to students?
That's false and misleading. Don't try to bring people character into those kind of
what
things.
Scholarship to students?
Everybody general will. You give scholarship, whether they go to Prince Johnson School or not. You give the students scholarship because they cannot afford. But I think what I would say here,
that.
Robert, I gave you a chance to talk. I didn't interrupt you. Let me say here that I think when people are desperate, they will do anything. And what we see Joe Blocker here today, he's very, very desperate. Desperation at the highest level. That's what we're saying here. And there are other things. They say man can't talk all. Man can talk all, and I won't even go that far. But I've seen a lot of activities that Joe Blocker was involved in just for the money issue. And when they tell you that you think they said that they left a lot of money in there for CDC, let them go back again. They nothing gonna leave in that call. They will say they made nothing there because they're so desperate for money, and when they take over again. Ain't nothing gonna stay in that place. But let me say something here. Councilor Lamine was saying, I think, Lamine, you also need to do your record. Mariah just showed us that this guy was being on ethical review here, and you come here and trying to spin the story and act like it is untrue. Don't say that. You gotta learn to accept the fact sometime. Taiwan had a problem before. He was arrested and even jailed by child stealing and all of that. We can talk about all those things. So, I mean, the fact is, but I didn't want to piggyback that we all know FIFA. We all know FIFA corruption. There are a lot of folks, FIFA corruption have been going on for years. They pressured a lot of people. Musa was not convicted in a court of competent jurisdiction. You don't want to take that and spin with it. It could have been an ethical issue, and because he was not one of those on top, one of those official on top. So they handed decision on him because he was not one of those higher level officials and stuff like that. But tonight we want to focus on the desperation of the Unity Party. How desperate they are. They said man cannot talk all, but I got a lot of things in my file that I could say, but I will just stop right there.
Okay, Robert, go.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I don't know where to even start because too much have been thrown out there. But let me start with Lamin. You know, Lamin, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not going to get myself into a conversation that I have limited understanding of. But I'm not a fool either. When you come on this platform and talk about what constitutes a criminal, and let me say this, I've been unequivocal. In fact, it was Roland on this platform who attempted to chastise Duke when Duke called JMB a criminal. And Lamin said in his words, you can't do that. You can't just come on radio and call people criminals without evidences, without convictions. It was Big Brother Roland who said it. And I said, well, if we are going to be saying that and not calling people criminals because they have not been convicted of a court of competence jurisdiction, then you should tell Jackie and the others to not call we are criminal because we has not been found guilty of any court of being a criminal. It was your candidate in one of these counties recently, generally using a broad brush, when he said we must, and I quote, we must get rid of these criminals. Joseph Boaga said that on the campaign trail. So who were he talking about? Was that a court that found these people guilty of a criminal act? And so I've always said people with tinted character across the board should not be embraced. Look, when Louis Brown came on this platform, I think I gave him a piece of my mind, and he came back. I think he handled himself pretty well. When Alex Cummings came on this platform, I talked about what do you say about folks who question some of your recruitments, and I thought he handled that question very well. He didn't defend it. You see, the difference here is when you come on platform and you attempt to defend criminals, people who have been convicted. These are not charged people who have yet. Stanton is a convicted criminal. The judge in Manhattan recently returned $32,000 to a fundraiser contribution. There were many Democrats who returned a Harvey Weinstein contribution, including Hillary Clinton, who were good friends of his. You know why? And those funds went back all the way 2013. It was based on principle. And so, Roland, when you sit on this platform and you talk about, call us names, do whatever you want to do. We will collect whatever money. If you want to talk about criminal money, call us whatever. It is.
Yeah, because the money we collect is not criminal money.
Wait, Roland, you are on a platform. Then why didn't you have the fundraiser by yourself? Why didn't you have a dinner? Why didn't you just have a fundraiser on the Class Reloaded?
The platform is a criminal platform?
No. The platform is not a criminal platform. The owner of the platform is a criminal who refused to do his.
Who refused to do what
questioner.
No, I don't think it's for his standard.
I said, Tomalin, I want to remain my 2 minutes, but maybe interrupt me. The platform is owned by a criminal, a convicted criminal, who is headed out to jail. A man who was accused of stealing money. He stole millions of dollars at the detriment of poor people. Okay, and he is an integral part of your fundraiser. He's on the platform as we speak, participating in that fundraiser. If he had recused himself and allow other people to run the platform, I won't be on this show talking about why you're having a fundraiser on this phone network. I'm not going to have other people incriminated. No, there are other people on the platform that I respect. I won't go on that platform because Stanton has refused to do what a professional should do when a case like this comes up. This is the reason why I have concerns, because you could raise $100,000 tonight, and that $100,000 gettings could come from Stanton's criminal acquired funds. And you sit on this platform and telling us, on
If you say could,
you have absolutely no problem with collecting money from a criminal, and you have no problem collecting money from this, and you said
they're
we
individual Liberians.
you need the funds and call us whatever. Look, just because you need funds does not mean you should compromise what you stand for. So what do you stand for? Are you going to collect money from murderers? Are you going to collect money from killers? Are you going to collect money from whoever just because you want to win an election? So then
the Liberians making contribution are not murderers.
The question is, Roland, hold on. The question is, what makes you different from what you want to change? If you're willing to do just about anything to get to the presidency, that's a problem. This is a major concern. And there are people who don't agree with your statement. I'm taken aback by what you just said. You should not have even said it. Look, you're a political guy, and I'm sure that there are many ways you can say things politically without saying what you said. Very elementary. You can't sit here and say, "Oh, we'll collect money from criminals because we need it. We'll collect this because."
Well, I didn't say that.
But let me say this.
You want to replay me? I didn't say that.
Tomalin gave you the opportunity to clarify.
Let me say this now.
I said initially there were ordinary Liberians who were making contribution. You guys started with your Stanton criminal thing.
Go ahead. I just got your statement already in the news though. Somebody the news for tomorrow. They say Unity Party's digital path to power through criminal backing. They just put you on the story. They put you now what you said tonight. It's in the news. Yep. I don't let you know. It's in the news already.
No problem.
And in my closing,
no problem. We'll take care of that. Okay. We'll take care of that. Don't worry, Timberly.
In my closing, let me say this. In my closing.
We'll take care of that, Timberly. Don't worry about that.
Let me land. I'm about to other people coming, big brother. Please let me land. In my closing, let me say this.
Your WhatsApp number. I'm getting WhatsApp.
In my closing, let me say this. I will not defend ability. I'm not here to defend anybody. I'm gonna tell you right now, because my reputation, my integrity is I've built that. I'm not going to defend anyone. And I let what Mariah said, I'm not going to defend Billet or anyone. But here are the facts. You see, the difference with the Unity Party and the other parties is that you are putting your neck on the chopping boards for people you know got back record. It's one thing, right? But what I think the point she was making is Musa ability have not been found guilty of a court of competent jurisdiction as compared to Stanton. Stanton is no longer an indicted criminal.
FIFA has a code of arbitration. FIFA has a code.
Yeah,
but he was found guilty in FIFA code by judges.
But FIFA is.
What are you talking about?
FIFA
Go read the case.
Whether FIFA itself is tainted, right? Or court of competent.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking
about?
The argument is so elementary.
Listen. What I'm saying is simple.
I don't even understand what you guys are doing here tonight, to be frank.
Listen.
You can't get away from this. It was indicted in the code of arbitration.
You've been interrupting the whole time.
That's fine. Let Lufus come in. That's fine.
Robert, no, conclude, Robert. But that's not a strategy to interrupt. We all know it.
Yeah, but you say interrupt me. So I'm just coming once in a while and stop and go back. Robert, go ahead.
30 seconds, Robert.
Go ahead, Robert.
So I don't want you to misconstrue what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is very simple, and I think I made it clear. If Stanton had recused himself from the platform, I would not be questioning why Unity Party is using the platform to raise funds. Obviously, Stanton is part of that fundraiser. And for you to say you don't care about that raises a lot of questions. The difference between Stanton and Musa ability, in no defense of Musa ability.
That's better to recuse himself on the chairmanship also.
Stanton is a convicted criminal who is headed out to jail. And beyond that, he could possibly be using some of the fund that was criminally acquired to fund Unity Party campaign. And you should have a problem with that. That's a simple point that I'm making. That's it.
Okay.
All the money raised tonight will not be money raised by Stanton.
How do we know that?
Let me
yeah,
say this.
So
right?
I said that earlier,
Robert,
but you want to push it to that.
Just to correct,
so keep pushing it, Robert. Enjoy yourself.
We're on the voters roll. So look, that's in 1 minute. Yeah.
And yeah, definitely, I will do this on the matter of fact, on the 45 seconds, and I'm going to bring us right back to the issue of integrity that we're discussing here tonight. I'm not just going to let it slide under the carpet, because this is definitely what the Unity Party folks want done, even though they are claiming that they want to change Liberia. Stanton is not only a contributor to this fundraiser, he's the lead person who is actually raising the fund. And that's the reason why you notice that Roland over here is refusing to condemn this action. He would literally defend it in any way, shape, or form, because he doesn't want to come across on the other side of Stanton. And these things, I mean, again, it's distasteful to the fullest, especially for our people. You can't come on here and tell us you want to change, you want Liberia to become a better place, you want to remove the CDC government, but here you are, prior to you even having the opportunity to do the slightest, and you're doing the worst. And you want us to just ignore that, and you're openly telling us after every statement that is made about this, you will openly say, we agree, we will do it. What do you stand for?
You're over because you said our party have a policy to do that tonight. We're raising money on the platform.
So the policy from the institution, your party that is being instituted,
it was endorsed by the party.
Okay, it simply speaks to what you stand for, your values.
Well,
come on,
go ahead.
I know this. You and I know you want to justify what is happening here. There's no reason why any one of us who sincerely believe in change in Liberia should justify or defend any criminal, especially a convicted criminal. We should never do that, because we are fighting for the change that we want in Liberia. It should start with ourselves. Where do we start? Shouldn't we start with ourselves? Shouldn't we start to hold ourselves accountable? The fact
that all the attack on me when I have to address some of this, because Robert came there and all that. So please, all the attack on me tonight. Timothy has put me in the newsroom and all. So when he's gonna have to address some of this.
Don't get rid of no more time, man. Don't get rid of no more time.
No, but you attack me. You guys were attacking me all tonight, and then I cannot respond. Lofa is there, you were there, Lofa is there, and Dr. Peabody was there earlier. I mean, so I will not respond. I respond.
No,
I respond. And I respond with reading. I'll respond with reading. We're reading. Yeah, I'll respond. We're reading Benitez indictment.
Let Big Brother Roland just indict
himself. You say it was not a quote.
All right, let Big Brother Roland go ahead and indict himself even more. I give up my time, the rest of my time. Go ahead. Tell us again what you want to say. You agree. Right?
No, I'll say this. 1 minute. No, the argument here. No. You guys. I know you guys. Robert Morales here. Lofa, I don't know whether you support the CDC or the ANC or the CPP, but whoever you support, so be it. But I'm still on the CPP issue of this morality about the Unity Party using a criminal platform. But you have, like I said, a chairman currently who was indicted in a court, in a FIFA court, and he went for arbitration, and he was denied and fined $500,000 and banned for 10 years. He's the chairman for the CPP.
Because we can
no. Let me tell you the jail. You know what jail you're going to? He cannot enter. He cannot enter FIFA. Wait, 1 minute. Musa Benete cannot enter FIFA stadiums. He's banned for. Yeah, that's the jail. That's the jail. Yeah, that's the jail. He cannot travel to any FIFA stadium. He cannot enter in any FIFA stadium. That's the ban for 10 years. It's clear. It's written here. So the point I'm making is, no. I'm not calling him criminal. I'm saying he was indicted for conflict of interest. For conflict of interest, he was also indicted for receiving gift and theft, according to FIFA. He went to a court. He went to a court for arbitration. He was denied. He was banned for 10 years, and he was fined $500,000 to pay if he paid that. Today, he's the chairman of the CPP. So the point I'm making is, I'm not calling him criminal, but he was indicted for something that was of corruption. And then you hear sitting here talking about the Unity Party using a criminal platform to raise money, and that's supposed to be an issue. And I'm supposed to sit here and allow you to say that. and think it's okay. And you talking about morality? There's no morality here, Mariah. Stop that, because you also have an issue with your party. Yeah, you raising the money and we accept the platform. It's a party policy, only. We are there. Our Stella Barra spoke on that platform this month, I mean, few minutes ago, and we accept it. So if you're telling me about morality, if you're telling me about corruption, and you have your chairman who was indicted by FIFA and was banned for 10 years, found 500,000, is banned and cannot enter any FIFA stadium, and you're telling me about us using a criminal platform to raise money? No. You don't have the moral to sit at the Unity Party. You don't. You don't have the moral to sit at the Unity Party. You don't. You don't have to sit at the moral to sit at the Unity Party, because the chairman is also conflicted. The chairman was indicted and was found guilty. He appealed to the court of arbitration and he was still found guilty. The court withheld it. They withheld it. What are you talking about? But so what? So what? So you think you can only be to an extent indicted or accused of something only in a court? No, FIFA has a court. They do. They do. I didn't call him criminal. I never called Musa Benedict criminal on the show tonight. I never said that. I never said Musa Benedict is a criminal on this show tonight. I never called him criminal. I said he was indicted. You call Central criminal, and that's your business. So be it. But if you accuse my party of saying it's wrong for using the platform to raise money tonight because we're using that platform, then I have an issue with you. Then you don't have the moral to tell Unity Party that. You don't. You don't. No, I'm not saying that criminal. He was convicted as a criminal. I'm not saying that. But the point I'm making is, you do not have the morals to tell us tonight that we are using a platform to raise money when you also have somebody in your midst of such who's sharing your party. You can tell us that. You can tell that. Musa Benedict was indicted by FIFA for theft, receiving a gift, and was banned, and was fined. And you know that.
You just.
So you don't sit here and teach and talk to me about morality when you also have the same issue.
Okay. We expect you to come out and say the words of Musa because he didn't support your party and he didn't support your party.
Okay. You say that. Okay, yeah. People are saying what they're saying today about Prince Johnson because they tried to get Prince Johnson support and he did not.
Prince Johnson is known for killing people on TV.
You know that.
Known for killing people on TV.
I'm not saying that. I'm not discussing that. If he was supporting you, Mariah, you will not say that tonight. Yeah, if you were supporting the CPB, you will not even say that. So
it's Prince Johnson or murder.
This is morality thing here. Let's discuss something more substantial. Let's discuss something more substantial. You're calling criminal because you're not supporting you. If it was, you would say that. Let's move on because you got those people in your circle, like I said. Please, let's move on to something substantial here. The Unity Party endorsed a platform. We are raising money on that platform tonight. It is our business. We accept it. Yes, we accept it. It is our platform. We accept it. We accept it. Yeah. Anyway, TV, so be it. Yes. We accept.
They're trying to fold.
Okay. So let's move on.
Okay.
You raise your clean money. You got your clean money. Use your clean money. We raise whatever money is our money. That you got individual Liberians that are making contribution to that. Go to that platform now. You see people making contribution. That shouldn't be the discussion. Why you on our money, our platform? We are raising money tonight, and that should be the issue tonight. That should be the discussion here tonight. Yeah, let's go on. Let's go on to the election. There are more issues about elections here. I thought we should be concerned about that.
We are concerned about it because
no, you're not concerned about that. You're concerned about us raising our money on a platform that you consider criminal.
Kidding. How do you expect the international community? How do you expect the international community to look at you?
Huh? What? Oh, no. Dr. Peabody. The international community will define how they see us as Unity Party. Leave that with them. Okay? We are proceeding with our electoral activities. We're raising our money tonight.
It's very clear.
Individual Liberians are raising money tonight to support us. We'll not get distracted by that. Okay? So y'all leave out of thing there. Y'all can call it whatever name you want to call it. That's your business. We are raising our money tonight. Go raise your clean money and go ahead and run your campaign.
Yeah, no.
Okay, Roland.
We accept. We accept. We agree. Tomalin asking me some question, all right? Which one?
I want you to give opportunity to address the on the campaign trail, Councillor Gonglo. I mean, the guys in the studio, they're having problem today. So, but I'm sure you listen to the video. What Councillor Gonglo?
I can play.
Yeah, you can play for me because my guys in the studio, they say they're really heavy over there. So
yeah, I can play.
I want you to respond to this video, please, Roland.
Wait 1 second. Can me find it?
Roland, it's 10 to
Okay, tell one.
Robert, leave me, man. Leave me, Robert. Leave me alone.
Me to put my uncle in today tonight. Okay, tell one.
I mean, but if you decide on your son, that's not my business. You can decide on your son.
I will never insult my uncle.
I mean, they say something that you know is not true. They say something that you know is not true. You know the facts about that matter. Yeah, they say you said it. So that one, you don't want to.
Councillor Gonglo will catch you later on. Councillor Gonglo will catch you later on.
You're not mute, please. You're mute.
Yeah, let me listen to my uncle. You can't talk about ethical business.
Where your bad guy? That thing is very low. I'm not hearing it.
Wait, let me see. Yeah, in there now.
You do it.
Hold on.
Mara, want me to hear anything to that? I know what it's
No, get in. Why Mara come? Everything quiet right now, please. Get in, wait. Why Mara come? Is Tento a criminal?
Is it a video about the councillor saying that
Robert, Tento was indicted. Tento was indicted and found guilty. And himself, by himself, pleaded guilty. Of course.
Okay, guys, listen.
So what you want me to say? I mean, what you're for?
You're mute.
Wait, you're mute now. Not play the thing.
Well,
but you know the men are criminal. Let's move on.
That I mean, what you're for? Now you can call in anything that your business.
Shall assist the president. They didn't say may assist the president. So when you say that you don't go assist the president, you want to benefit from that. That negligence of duty. They didn't say you may assist the president or the president may as the passport. They gave the authority. You are mandated by the people of Liberia to assist the president. You don't want to get any money and go to Madam President. What do we want to do? I suggest we do so and so. I suggest we do so. I think we need an emergency cabinet meeting on this topic and this topic. You won't do it. Then you say, I was just there. And the woman went and threw like grain in the hole. Me, I was just telling them, what did you do? Oh, if you are there for the first 6 years and you say you're a placard and you're squandering opportunity, what stabbed you? What made you now for the second 6 years to be campaigning with a woman? You'll give her another 6 years. So they say the man integrity, but integrity means being truthful, being honest. Yeah. You see honesty in our no. So you just there. You're talking a robot. You can't move. You can't take that decision. You can push you. No. The past president budget and the past budget over $2 million. That's the one you were enjoying instead of doing the work. Let me tell you that, Bobo, I enjoyed the money was sweet. But I followed the money. I couldn't do my work.
I said they're laughing. Now all they left here. They're laughing. Look at them.
Roller, you're strong, man.
But I don't want to say.
Roller, you're strong, man.
What about the thing you wanted me to talk about? What's about the thing you wanted me to talk about?
I know, eh? But no. No, Council, don't be scared. I will talk. Council, don't. I'll respond. Council, I'll respond. Don't be scared. I'll respond.
You must say that when it seems that. So don't make it go and say when it seems that.
No, I said I'll respond. Without the season, I said I'll respond.
The council is clear.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
but let him
Let me respond.
Okay. No, I listen to it. No,
Hey,
I got it. I got it.
Tomalin, you know
What
what?
do you want
Tomalin,
to play again?
Tomalin, I think I share it through here. We can play it through the we can project it.
Okay, go ahead. Play for me.
I share it.
I've heard it.
Share it on there, and I'll play it. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. I'll play it for you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Constitution says the vice president shall assist the president. It didn't say may assist the president. So when you sit down, you don't go assist the president, you want to benefit from that. That negligence of duty. They didn't say you may assist the president or the president may ask the vice president. They gave the authority. You are mandated by the people of Liberia to assist the president. You don't want to get in the money and go to Madam President, what do we have on the plate? I suggest we do so and so and so. I suggest we do so. I think we need emergency cabinet meeting on this topic and this topic. You won't do it. Then you say, I was just there. And the woman went and threw Liberia in a hole. Me, I was just telling that, what did you do? Oh, if you are there for the first 6 years and you say you're a placard and you're squandering opportunity, what stopped you? What made you now for the second 6 years to be campaigning with a woman? You'll give her another 6 years. So they say the man integrity, but integrity means being truthful, being honest. Yeah. You see honesty in that one? No. So you just there, you're talking a robot. You can't move, you can't take in a decision, they can push you. No. The vice president budget, that fast budget, over $2 million. That's the one you were enjoying instead of doing the work. Let him tell you that, my boy, I enjoyed the money was sweet. But you know, I followed the money, I couldn't do my work. I forget about my duty. The way I should tell them, they can't say, oh, no, but yeah, when they say, you know, the party Bay Road to Guinea border in Ghana, they say, yeah, that one part of it. You know, the party Bay Road to Ghana, yeah, I mean, Buchanan, yeah, that one part of it. You know, the party, $80 million was stolen. From local, anything bad they say, I will not part of you. You see honesty in that one? No. An honest person will say, my people, some bad things happen on our government. But you give me chance, we'll correct that one. But for you to say, only the good one you part of, or the bad one you're not part of. Anybody can come from inside the water and not be wet? No.
Can anybody come from under the water and don't be wet?
No. Damn it, the broom already sweeping you.
Thank you.
So,
yes.
So,
would I want you to respond, please? Almost by the time. Go ahead, Roland, you protect that.
I can respond now.
Yeah, you
okay, so let me look. Let me just provide some clarity. Anything this thing been running around for a long while. You know, Ambassador Varga never said he was an old car pack. Okay, he never said that. He went to this debate at the Peabody Town Hall in 2017. You see, you start interrupting me. You start interrupting me.
I organized that program. I was there. What he said.
This is what he said.
I organized that program. I was there. That's why he said.
Let me respond. Let me don't interrupt me.
I was there when he said it. I organized that program. So do that.
You are interrupting me. Give me till I respond. This is what he said. Ambassador Barker, if you can find that recording that said, oh, car park.
No, but you just said
I will not come on the show again. Ambassador Barker said, listen to me. Listen to me. Let me listen. Can you listen? Can you listen? Ambassador Barker said he was a race car pack. If you find the recording that said he was an old car packed, I will not come on the show. Lamy says you were the organizer.
But the race car was old. The race car was old.
No, wait, no, y'all give me a chance though. I put you up a challenge here. If Lami found the recording that said that Ambassador Barker said, I come in. He said he was. I come in, Chief. Listen.
But he just, but getting he
Listen.
just
No, Timberlake, you asked me to respond, and everybody jumping in my throat. I know this thing is about Unity Party. I know we are the BT bags here. Okay, and I know the reason. So let me respond. Okay, please, in peace too. Ambassador Barker said he was a race car park. He never said old car park. So I want to clarify that. If Lami bring a tape that says Ambassador Barker has said, I am an old car or was an old car park, I will not come on the show again. So let's put that one side. Secondly, Councilor Gonro is campaigning. He's campaigning. Expecting to do that. There was no time in Ambassador Barker history as vice president where he distanced himself from the government. Ambassador Barker said, we squander opportunity. Amen. The entire government, including himself. He never took himself on that. When he said we, he didn't say they squander opportunity. He said we squander opportunity. And if he said that, it meant the government overall. Even Manaseli herself criticized the government when she said the education system is a mess. It was her own government she was criticizing. So she critiqued her own self. When she said, initially been inaugurated, that corruption would be considered as public enemy number one. When she went back a few years after to address the legislature, annual message, she said, corruption has turned to a cancer. Before she left, she said, corruption is a vampire. She said it herself. So she was criticizing her own government inability to deal with corruption. And I think that's fairness. So both Ambassador Barker and Manasseh Salif were fair to say that. So I listen to it where people say, he distanced himself. I listen to Councilor Gongo Jenna, and Mariah, don't interrupt me, please. Don't interrupt me, please. He distanced himself from the government. When it's good, he said good. So the point is, when he said that we squander opportunity, what did that mean? The government overall, and everybody took it to mean that he was trying to be ungrateful. No, he was not. Tell it to this. If Manaseli believed that Ambassador Barker was not a good advisor to her, she was never going to continue with him as vice president. I know about that. That several times he advised her on so many issues. And we're not coming to the public to talk about it. I stayed 7 years in executive management before becoming deputy minister. I worked in very technical position. I sat in meetings with them. I interacted with discussions with them. And I know instances where he provided advice. She took them. I know that. There was some that she may have not taken based on her understanding about what she wanted to do at the time. But I know that he did that. So to say that he was just sitting there and not giving no advice, that's not true. I know you're campaigning to your people there somewhere in Nima, and you're trying to look for the votes. It's okay. But you do not have to go that way, because that's not what Ambassador Barker said, especially at the debate. And he never sat and did not provide advice to Manaseli. In fact, she said, he would be the best person to replace me. She said that. The only reason why that did not happen, her full support, of course, because she has a difference with him as to how he proceeded. Now, somebody would think that it was because she thinks he's not competent to be president. That's not true. There were some policy differences that they had, and he stood their ground as an individual. He felt he needed to make that decision, make that call. So it doesn't mean that she did not support him because he was incompetent or could not become president. He was vice president for 12 years. So Councilor Gonglo, my big brother, which I have a lot of respect for, was campaigning. And it's okay. Now, I just hope the accusation by Moriah that the councilor has some ethical, quote-unquote, ethical issues of morality now in the legal profession that Lami is almost crying about, can find time to address that to us and the rest of Liberians. I hope that can happen, because Moriah has already published, it was read and all, that the council, was being investigated by the Supreme Court. So I hope that, Councilor Lami talks about Councilor Gonglo, is this person, corruption, free and all that, and there's morality issue now. Now he's been entangled with that. I hope he can find an escape route for that, because it was being read here about his issue with the Supreme Court, being investigated by the Supreme Court. So, Mariah, good, thank you for the information also. So let's proceed.
you thanking me, brother, for stand up against criminal.
Now you can take.
Let me come in. Let me come in.
No, but before Lami come in, I just wanted to clarify one thing.
So the thing about it is that the stuff that Mariah said is something that anybody who knows Councilor Bongo will just laugh at it because they know that she knows that what she's saying is not true. But the other day she was spinning, so there's really nothing wrong with that. You know? So she will decide, no, they told me to speak Mariah, so you gotta be, no, wait, no, you can't say before I come in.
Oh, go ahead.
No, but he didn't say you should speak. Yeah.
But go ahead.
No, wait, no. Yeah. So what Mariah raised, anybody who knows Councilor Gonglo will know that he will not get involved in ethical issues. Councilor Gonglo's client complained or judge. The case was referenced to the Judicial Inquiry Committee. The Judicial Inquiry Committee investigated that matter and recommended that the judge be penalized. The Supreme Court, in its wisdom, decided that the judge will not be penalized, but instead the judge's lawyers should be subjected to ethical investigation. The Supreme Court decided to do that. After the Supreme Court's own creature, the Judicial Ethics Committee decided that this judge was guilty of doing something wrong, so they penalized the judge. But then the Supreme Court said, came out with something else, and Councilor Gonglo issued a press statement on that matter. I'll find a press statement after that issue came about. Issue a press statement on that matter, and that matter, whatever the Grievance and Ethics Committee decided to do with it, that's their issue. Up to now,
it's still not clear. It's still not clear.
What? There's no case. There's absolutely no case. There's no case. There is no case. The point I'm making to you is that somebody who Councilor Gonglo represented complained or judge. And then the court's own creature, the Judicial Inquiry Committee, decided that the judge should be penalized. The Supreme Court is the one that will confirm that penalty. The Supreme Court decided that it will not impose any penalty, but instead it recommended the investigation of the lawyers of that person. And one of the lawyers of that person that the Supreme Court recommended investigation of is the President Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia. That case is not going anywhere. Anybody who knows Councilor Gonglo will know that he will not do something unethical. So the fact that Mariah can sit on this platform and equate Councilor Gonglo to somebody because she wants to protect the person and justify what corruption is good, that's our business. Our business. So I mean, for me, one thing I know is that I will not insult another person to make a political point. I will not do that. I will not slander anybody to make a political point. But she, for her, she doesn't have boundaries, so no problem with that. She can do it. You know, she can do it. She can slander people to make a political point. You know, she can insult another person to make a political point because boundaries are not an issue, so there's no problem with that. You know, so let's be clear about that issue. You know, one thing I will not do, I will not slander anybody because I want to point or I want to win an argument. I will not do that. You know, so we got to be clear about these things.
Let me, can I just chime in real quick?
And the issue that Councilor Gonglo said in that video, it's clear. Councilor Gonglo is not one of the people who hides his opinions. He's clear about where he stands on issues. The Unity Party and Mr. Bwaka himself, they always run away from all the bad things that happen in Mr. Salif government and embrace all the good things. Roland has done it here several different times. Jackie has done it a lot of times. All of them, every time they speak, they embrace the good, and run away from the bad. When we organized that debate in 2017, Mr. Bwaka came to the debate. Mr. Bwaka said, I think it was in a response to a question talking about corruption in the previous government or in the government he was serving in at the time as vice president. And his point was that he couldn't do much because, according to him, he was a race car parked in a garage.
Oh, thank you. You got it right. Race car park. Thank you. And not an old car park. Thank you. So let's get our straight tonight on this platform. A race car park and not an old car.
There's no reason for me to be dishonest about it. I was the organizer of the program. Why would I be dishonest about something like this?
No, I want the others to hear that.
So, no, but I'm sure they knew it. But, you know, people like to make fun of the situation. So they would like to say, old car park. You know, sometimes you see some memes where the car is parked, they remove all the tires and all that kind of stuff. But the point he was trying to make was that he could not do much because he didn't have the authority. And what Councillor Gonglo is saying is that no, that's not true. You have sufficient authority as vice president because you have a constitutional duty that says you shall do something.
Advise.
The president cannot fire the vice president. The president cannot fire the vice president. So why would you say I couldn't do anything because I was powerless? And that's the point Councillor Bongo is trying to make. And I think we all agree with the fact.
He also did not say that he couldn't do anything.
Was right. Guys, you agree that Councillor Bongo is right? You agree that he's right?
No, I disagree. My point was clear. No, he did not say that he could not do anything. No, he provided support and advice.
Guys, Kev.
I think that means
Mariah, let me just take that 2 minutes. I'll be out of here. 2 minutes. Okay, go ahead, Mariah.
Directly to me. I just want to.
Okay, go ahead. After you. Go ahead.
We come on the show. We laugh with each other. We joke. We make our points, and I think we keep the mutual respect. I think it's very disrespectful. To tell me crossing the lines or not having boundaries because I called out your candidate for a standard that you set. On the show, we spoke of criminality. You brought immorality and ethical issues and claimed that it was equivalent to criminality, and all persons with moral and ethical issues are no different from criminals. You made that position. You set that standard. And based on your standard, I read a media report published by Daily Observer, not my story, not my claims, media claims, published in October of 2022 of your standard bearer being subjected to investigation for ethical issues in the legal profession. That's why I brought that up, because you set that standard. At no point did I insult Councillor Gonglo. You ain't know Councillor Gonglo more than me. You're not close to Councillor Gonglo more than I am. At no point would I ever insult Councillor Gonglo, privately or publicly. In fact, I just posted a picture of him and myself on Facebook today. So for you to sit on this platform, having lost the argument as a counselor at law, and in your feelings about the fact that you've lost the argument and don't have any comeback, because now it's clear in the assembly for everybody else to see, it's clear I'm speaking based on media reports published in the newspaper about Councillor Gonglo and others, current Solicitor General being investigated for issues. Now you want to come back and talk about somebody insulting and causing slandering.
I'm cheering for you because you want to argue. I'm happy for you. You want to argue.
No, this is not the Lami and Paco show. Yeah. You should go back. You should go back and take back your comments that ethical issues are not the same as criminality. But if you stand on your comment that ethical issues and moral issues are the same as criminality, that's why I brought in the issue of your standard bearer being investigated for ethical issues. So please, let's keep the mutual respect and do not tell me about not having boundaries or crossing lines and insulting your standard bearer, my uncle, when I did no such thing. Thank you.
Kev, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, listen, guys, let me say hi to everybody. I'm not feeling well. I was on my I'm on my sick bed, but watching the show, Roland says something that you guys did not pick up because of he made a.
And I brought you for your sick bed.
Yeah, you made an admission here. I want the Liberian people to understand. He said Joe Buckeye said we squandered opportunity.
Well, he said it.
So yeah. I agree with you.
So what? It's over there.
Well, please, my brother, I don't want to do the shouting game here. You understand?
This place is hot tonight, my man.
This deputy spokesman telling the Liberian people that Joe Buckeye
story, man.
He destroyed the Liberian people money. He used it. That includes
look at that.
The group of 77. That includes a whole lot of things. So I don't see you guys. I don't think you guys should argue. Roland, please, we shouldn't do that, my brother. I want you guys to not argue with him. Accept it. So how can it be? The reason why I always say that this argument for the future of Liberia is between the CDC and the CPP. The spokesman saying it right here.
CDC, you get too much traffic.
The spokesman saying right here, say we had our time and we destroyed it.
We squandered some opportunity.
And secondly, no, you never said he never says some. You say he said we squandered opportunity. And secondly, let me come into Roland. Let me come into Roland defense. Were you guys beating on Roland for they raising money on our platform? Roland and the papi said, look, we can sleep with the devil. Why would you guys want to argue a man who say you can sleep with the devil? Meaning that he can do anything just to get
so
there.
Let's move.
Okay.
Anything to get there. So the discussion should be, do we want people who can do anything to get there? Do we want people like that? And Roland, you don't know Senator more than us. You think the chicken change your
Do you think I'm here defending Senator?
You think the chicken change?
You think I'm here defending Senator or anything?
Yeah. You think the chicken change your raising? You think that money, you're gonna put his money there.
Hey, my man. Yeah.
You see that chicken change?
I want some more money we're wasting that here.
People who calling, end of the day, you will hear the amount they're calling. You're calling $25,
Okay.
You will hear the amount of money they say they raise.
Yeah, seriously, got $50 million budget, so you don't need to raise money like what we're doing.
So I think for now, we should be discussing the future of Liberia now with the Unity Party. They're upfront. They're being bold. They're telling you what they are, who they are. We are criminal. We squander. We this person. They are telling you. They're not hiding it. It left with you, Liberian people out there. It left with you to vote for somebody who admitted
returning call to somebody.
Who admitted that we destroy this country. So Roland, the deputy spokesman, just admitted. A matter of fact, a man who worked in our government. So I will go back, Mr. Moderator, but you guys listen to Roland admitting they squander it. They can sleep with the devil. They can do anything just to get there.
Okay.
Guys, people who need that.
Mr. We got 13 days to go, and look,
like election matters.
Let's do our closing argument now because of almost time. But let me announce that as of tomorrow, we'll be transitioning to a different platform. We won't be with KNTV going. They are taking on another project, another role as it comes to election. So we'll be going. We'll be on the platform with Truth FM and Hot FM and other platforms throughout the country. So, but we won't be produced. Won't be produced again by KMTV. So I don't want to let you guys know. So tomorrow we'll start doing our own page. Our closing argument own page, just for you guys to be aware. But we'll still be on the same platform, but not produced by KMTV. Okay, no issue. Just that they are taking on another role, and I'll go another role for the elections coming. So, but it's cool. It's a mutual understanding. Tell you guys to block. Let's do our closing comments so that we can call this a day. Guys, everybody's making the last page. I know the CPP is preparing for Sunday.
Let me mute your stuff.
The CPP preparing for Sunday's program. I know the Unity Party raising money tonight. CDC in Lofa in Nima area too. Everybody making the last minute pay. I want one guy I want to recognize is this guy Moneyba. Moneyba is doing well. That young man he's crisscrossing the country. He knows how to campaign. That boy I saw him in Grand Gita. I think he'll be the only candidate who might end up going to every county or every district. I'm not too sure that all the candidates will go to all counties, especially the counties that got bad roads and so forth, where the because I don't think we'll make it there. But again, let's see what happens. 13 days to go, and in 13 days, history will be made in Liberia, and we'll see what happens. But let's get our closing comments.
Let me go first, so I can go. I gotta go. Yeah, let me go first. But look, always a fascinating show, man. It's always good to be on. Yeah, it's always good to be on. It was
a lot
good.
of messages coming from all.
It was good that I brought up this fundraiser, even though that I'm getting a little pushback from it. But it was good that I brought it up because it's important. It's important that we see these people for who they are. And the reality here is that I think a lot of our friends they miss the power, they miss what they had for 12 years, right? And they anticipate going back for another 6 years. I mean, you can't sugarcoat this stuff. I mean, this is just what it is. This is not about change. This is not about doing things differently. This is not about kicking George Weah out. This is not about the Liberian people. This is about themselves. That's just it. And I think Councilor Gongo said a lot of things. He made some salient points. I know we want to talk about race car, or old car, or young car. I mean, the analogy points to the joke people have made, right? Joseph Walker referred to himself as this car, this race car that was parked. I mean, Joseph Walker is not a young man. So when people talk about an old parked car, they're absolutely right. Joseph Walker is an elderly man, and he talked about how this car was parked. So so they're practically right when they say old car park. But I think that Bongo said something very profound, which was, if you talk about squandering opportunities and not being heard for 6 years, look, I would have resigned. I probably would not have gone back the second term. So he's speaking on two sides of his mouth. Did you agree with it? Did you want to be more assertive? You were not given an opportunity to. Then you had the opportunity to say, my Liberian people, on principle, I will go to a different route. But you didn't. You went for round two. You were there. You had a $2 million budget. What did you do with that $2 million budget? I mean, it's a lot. But as we get nearer to these elections, I want the Liberian people to really think this through. Think this through. If this election is about change and changing the status quo, think about which candidate within the opposition, which candidate fit that description, and which candidate is best suited to really and truly deliver on the message of change, on the message of the past versus the future of our country. Which candidate represents that truly, not only in what they say, but in their actions. And I hope that my big brother Roland and Jackie, who just disappeared from the show, I hope they will muster some courage to once and for all refer to these people who they
Jackie is engaged.
They need to refer to them as who they are. I want to be very clear. Before I go, please don't interrupt me. I want you to have some courage, big brother Roland, to say, don't say you know who the man is. Don't say the man is this. Call the man for who he is. Stanton is a convicted criminal. I challenge you. I will donate $2,500 to your campaign.
No, we don't. No, we don't want your donation.
Call the man. Call him. Say, I agree with you, Stanton.
You want Robert donation, but you want a criminal money.
Stanton is
no problem.
But Mariah, deep down, someone got more money than Stanton. Then we're not boasting yet, and we're not looking behind our shoulder. Deep down,
Robert, donate that to the CPP.
Career professional. Stanton's a career criminal. I mean, it's a fact. I'm a career professional. Stanton's a career criminal. I want Roland and others to say, you know what? In the interest of our people and patriotism, call the man for who he is. Prince Johnson is a killer. He's a war criminal. I've always held that view. And Stanton is a career and a convicted criminal. Have some courage. Call him for what it is. And if you're going to support you guys, he will still support you guys. You will still get your job. You will still, because you're a qualified man. Don't be afraid. Call him for what he is. A career criminal and a convicted criminal. Thank you.
What's up?
let's hear from Lofa.
Again, wonderful show. I just admire the way Big Brother Rollin is just relaxed, defending. Yeah, I admire him for
He would not bend. He would not bend.
He would not waver, but he is determined to defend the ills because I believe he feel like the best thing to do at this point is to follow the footsteps of Honorable Boykai, who have made it clear to us that regardless of what it is, he will sleep with the devil if that's what it takes to get him to the presidency. So having to solicit campaign funds with an indicted criminal is nothing that we should be much more concerned of. I think our concern should be after election. God forbid if we are to make that mistake, what becomes of our suffering nation? The nation that is literally on her knees today and literally about to perish. We see people who are supposed to be the forefront fighters for transformation in Liberia are simply just caving into nothing more than their individual interests because it is all about what they can get from this entire process. Let me say to you, Liberians, as often as I will say, and in as much as I sound redundant, I want to remind you about this. Everyone on the campaign trail will say what they want to say, but not a single one of them probably, I would say about 92% of them are not living like they're supposed to. Our expectation here is this. We want change. We are not seeking chance or chances. And when I look in the Unity Party's camp and I look in the CDC camp, that is why I continue to advise Liberians and say to you, there should be no reason why both parties should be considered in this race. If you sincerely about change, if you are about change, let us look in the other direction. You have other competent candidates in the race. If you want to consider somebody based on their experience, okay, governmental experience, what about a young, vibrant, innovative or leader like Clarence Moneyba, okay, Mr. Alexander Cummings, okay, who have shown his worth, okay, his records are there. Tewan Gongo, who continue to fight, advocate for Liberians. Why are you considering individuals who have shown to you who they really are and consistently they have laid the mark, not based on their desire to transform the nation Liberia and create an enabling environment for the next generation of people. But guess what they're doing? It's all about what becomes of their future. And that's the reason why 98% of them don't stay in Liberia after they are no longer in government. Guess where? They run right here to sit with all of us to continue to benefit from a system that works as compared to stay in Liberia where they participated and contributed to a failed system. And today, our people, the masses, are suffering today. They don't do that. They run right here and sit with us. I'm telling you, I'm trying to ask all of you Liberians, conscientize your children. Think about what you're going through today and what you went through 12 years ago. Okay? If this is what you want to go through again, if you desire to give the Unity Party 18 years of your life and have nothing to show for it but excuses upon excuses like Honorable Boyka continue to do, I say to you, so be it. Let the will of the people be done. But guess what? Let me remind you, the reason why today you don't see Honorable Boyka on the campaign trail is, again, because of the level of deception that they continue to push forth. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you ask for. Because, again, you are the people. You will have to live with it. Those government officials who are running to you today and previous government officials, they have their passports in their possessions. They can easily wrap it, grab it, and run out of Liberia like they're doing today. 80 or 90% of them are no longer in Liberia. They and their kids, they are residing right here and benefiting from a system that works and left you literally strangulated. Think about it. Vote right. Vote for the future of Liberia and for the future of your kids. Thank you, guys. It was a great, great, great show today. I think, the fact that Councilor Tiawan really threw punches today, I hope to hear back from the Unity Party in response. But again, I think this fight is about the Unity Party and the CDC, who is more corrupt. And I told you guys this before. I said that would be what the conversation will be about. Who is more corrupt? as compared to who can really get the job done. And that's why Mr. Cummings, Tier-1, and other people are on the campaign trail trying to make the case. Thank you.
Lofa, don't go when you play something for me.
Okay. Did you send it to me?
In your box.
Okay.
Your messenger.
Okay.
Okay. Councilor Lamy.
Okay, so I'll close by saying again that we all should be honest in our dealings, and we should be respectful of each other, and we should always make sure we have inhibitions when it comes to slandering other people, especially where we're supposed to know the facts. As lawyers, you don't grab something and just run with it when you know that there are alternative information about that particular issue. So then you start telling other people, oh, you're supposed to be lawyer and blah, blah, blah. You're thinking that when you say stuff like that to another person, by calling into question the person's profession, when you're not being fair in the argument, then it means that you win the case and you shouted and stuff like that. So the same Daily Observer, I've posted in the chat room the Daily Observer story that was done from Councillor Gongolo's response to this issue. And I would take a minute or so to read Councillor Gongolo's response as published by the Daily Observer. So he says, since this opinion was delivered by the Supreme Court and carried in the newspapers, my phone has been inundated with calls from many people in Liberia, including members of my party, amongst others, inquiring about this information. Although I am awaiting a citation from the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court, I feel duty-bound to the public to provide clarity on the issue, given my current position as tenor bearer of the Liberian People's Party. Let me clearly say to the public that I have done nothing unethical in representing Mr. Amos Brussels in a case MOTC and Amos Brussels, petition for accounting that is still pending before the commercial court. In a Supreme Court's opinion, and I'm reacting to, the court did not point to any act on my part that supported its conclusion that I should be cited by the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court to be investigated for unprofessional conduct. The language used by the court is speculative in nature about whether or not our client was well represented. Here is what the court said. Court, suffice to say that his team of lawyers were not informing him of decisions taken in this case at every pre-trial conference. If that had been the case, he would not have filed a complaint to hold the chief judge to ethical misconduct, unquote. The court further held, quote, this similar neglect of duty by the lawyers is concerning. Therefore, the recommendation by the GIC that they be sent out to the Grievance Ethics Committee for the Supreme Court is hereby endorsed by the court, unquote. The court is saying that the lawyers representing Brussels probably, maybe, most likely did not inform their clients about the pre-trial conferences held in the case, speculating that if that had happened, Brussels would not have complained Judge Eva Mappy Morgan, unquote. In my view, the court, as the final arbiter of justice, should always confine itself to the evidence before it and not speculate. This is what the court itself has said in many opinions of the court. No, it's a short thing. It's not a long story. All that I want to say here is that I have done nothing unprofessional in the Amos Brussels case. I do not know of anything unprofessional. I also do not know of any unprofessional act that was done by any of my colleagues named in the Brussels opinion. My client felt that Judge Eva Mappy Morgan conducted herself in an unprofessional manner in his case, and he complained her to the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and the matter was sent to the Judicial Inquiry Committee of the Supreme Court. It was his right under the law to do so. I did not represent him at the GIC. He was represented by Councillor M. Wilkins Wright, former Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. The GIC and the former Chief Justice, His Honor Francis C. Kokbo, agreed with Mr. Brussels that his case against Chief Judge was justified. One key contention of Mr. Brussels was that a letter was sent to the Chief Judge by MOTC's lawyer to let him freeze open account.
They call him, so yeah, wrap up, please.
No, but this is the last paragraph of this matter. You can't accuse someone of being a criminal, and then when the person trying to clarify the matter, then you say, "Oh no, let the person rush it." No, we got to be careful here. You know, if, as I said before, everybody who's accused of committing wrongdoings regardless of whether our FIFA accuse the person of doing wrong, doing found guilty. And if you're part of a club and that club holds you to its standards, that's as good as a government holding you to that standard. You can't decide to go and slander another person, is it because the person raised issue about somebody who is in your camp, so you slander the person? No, you can't do that. We have to be fair. Every criminal is a criminal. Anybody who's betrayed the public trust should be treated the same. Everybody who betrayed the public trust should be treated the same. You can say, because somebody has not been convicted, Prince Johnson has not been convicted yet of a war crime, of any war crime, but we all call him war criminal. Because the actions that we've seen him, that are recorded, that he himself recorded he was doing, the torture of Mr. Doe is war crimes under the Geneva Convention as war crimes. So that's the reason why, even though Mr. Johnson has not been convicted, we all call him war criminal. So somebody cannot be brought to book by a committee of their peers for doing something wrong. Then you say, oh, because it's now a proper criminal code that found guilty, so the person now. I mean, you gotta be honest here. Anybody who belongs to one camp that did something wrong, we should apply the same standard to everybody. We shouldn't be finding excuses to say, oh, no, they have you bring the evidence first before we can do anything about it. No. You can tell that person to step aside, go in the background while this issue is being handled. That's what you do. You won't start providing justifications for it. So we should all have inhibitions. We should be able to be clear about not slandering other people because we want to win an argument. For me, I don't care about winning argument. I'm not in it, I'm not being paid for doing this. So whether I win the argument or not, that's besides the point. It's an issue of moving the country forward. So let me just start talking to the unattached voters that are still out there. The future is at stake. The future of Liberia is at stake. The only person running for president right now who has said clearly what they will do with this country and do something about all the bad criminal behaviors that have pervaded this country and have become the norm is Councillor Nyenwolo Gongo. Do not let anybody to fool you to say, or vote for another person because the person carry a vice presidential candidate from your county. Don't waste your time with that. At the end of the day, you'll be disappointed because even though the Constitution provides a role for the vice president is the one that runs the show. And as long as that president is running around strong and they got people around him who have their own agenda on how the country should be run, they are the ones that will run the show. It will not be any vice president. So don't allow anybody lie to you to say, vote for somebody because the person is vice president will run the country. Thank you very much and have a very good night.
Thank you. So Giddens.
May I just go? Or Giddens? Oh, no, go ahead, Giddens.
No, go ahead, Maura. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Don't go up.
But let me say this. I think it was a wonderful show tonight. It's just that we spent a lot of time just on, the United Party fundraiser. And we did not discuss anything around the elections. The serious issue with the publication of the FRR that has not come out yet, and that's going to affect all the political parties because when it's finally get published, we have to sort it out. We have to make sure it is verified, and we have to get it ready for our different pool watchers in the pool, different polling centers. So this is very critical, and that's why we took a flight to the Supreme Court. I think tomorrow we are scheduled to hear two of our petitions tomorrow. One is at 11, one is at 3. So I think the Supreme Court is moving faster, and we want to appreciate that. I also want to take this time to say thank you to our Liberians in Liberia, in America, wherever you are, Europe, Asia, that are making serious contribution to our fundraising tonight on the Spoon platform. We also want to extend our thanks to the Spoon platform for allowing the platform to be used by our team of partisans who are on that platform to raise resources for our campaign. We appreciate the fact that we could use the platform to do fundraiser. Mr. John Molu, who is very key on our team, who set up that a website for fundraiser and is now part of the team raising the money. We want to say thank you for doing that. We appreciate that. We also want to say to the rest of the Liberians, Ambassador Bargai is upbeat. He's upbeat. He's ready to do this thing. He has already laid out his agenda by himself. Kone has a rest. And as agriculture, we've got to focus on roads. We've got to focus on the rule of law, education, sanitation, tourism, coming out of our six pillars. We're concerned about that. And the agony is to arrest the current situation in this country. There's nothing about that, that Ambassador Barker cannot provide the leadership because, quote unquote, he was in a unity party. The unity party was a party that brought this country from the dungeon. Moara can attest. She worked in our government. She participated and support some of what we achieve as a government. And I'm sure she can attest to that. So to come and say that, Ambassador Barker, having worked for 12 years, has no experience, do not have the competence to do that. No, he does because he has stayed in this country. He worked with this country. He worked with his people. He understands the people. He knows exactly what the problems are. And I think he's surrounding himself with very good people. Those he surround himself with are not people who are terrible people who have been involved in terrible things in this country as far as I'm concerned. And we're definitely going to, get things done in terms of trying to, change the condition of our people. So we want to say thank you to all of those who support us, all the Liberians that came out, when we launch. We're coming out next Saturday. We're going to be closing on the 7th. It's going to be a caravan. It's going to be very fantastic. We want you to come out and show to the Liberians that Ambassador Barker should be the next president. Again, good being here tonight. I hope I see you all tomorrow. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Giddens. Mariah?
Yeah, so I wanted to go back to Lami, and I hope you will still be on. Look, I think it's unfortunate when people who should know better come on here and try to spin things because it didn't go the way they anticipated. It's clear, there's no dispute that Councillor Gonglo was a subject of Judiciary Inquiry Committee for a Grievance and Ethics Committee for unethical and unprofessional behavior. And the reason that came up was because Lami also said that while we're discussing criminality, that anybody who's accused of wrongdoing, whether morally or ethically, falls in the same and should be treated the same way as those who are accused of criminal behavior. And so the question of a standard bearer being accused of ethical behavior came into play. I'm not aware of Councillor Gonglo's press statement or responding to the investigation, but that's normal procedure. When you're under investigation, you have the right to come up and say that you're innocent of the accusations as per the investigation. There's nothing about it that proves that someone was being dishonest about it. The fact remains is based on his standard for holding ethical and moral issues on the same level as criminal issues. That's why the issue of a standard bearer being investigated for ethical issues in the legal profession comes in. And he also said once you're investigated by a committee or in your field, whether it's sports or not, this is legal. It's also in the legal profession. So does it hold the same weight? Is it the same as the FIFA issue? And these are some of the things that people don't think about when they come up and make these statements about other people and generalize these issues. We're clearly speaking as to criminality, persons who've been convicted of crimes such as Stanton Witherspoon, being criminals and being used by the Unity Party to raise funding for the elections. That was the essence of the conversation. It had nothing to do with ethical issues, nothing to do with moral issues, but Lamin came with his own standard. And by his own standard, he now has to hold his standard bearer by that standard, which clearly he doesn't like. But that's not my problem. I think at the end of the day, we should not be calling our colleagues names. We should not be accusing them of slandering when that's not the truth of the matter. Nor should we be telling them that they have no boundaries when in fact you set your own boundaries and standards that you have to own with your whole chest. On the issue of the video from Councillor Gonglo, not to belabor the point, but he was right. This is something that we said over the time. In fact, 2017, and Giddens did mention when I was part of the Unity Party, we were of the strong position that the Unity Party must own the successes of the UP and also own the failures of the UP. But a lot of them felt that owning the failures of the UP was not a good strategy, and so they were only focused on owning the successes and distancing themselves from the failures, and that cost us the 2017 elections. 2023, they're doing the same things. They're owning the successes and distancing themselves from the failures. If you want to own the successes, then you have to also give credit to me, George Wisner, Toga McIntosh, Louis Brown, and all of the other CPP folks who are also in the Unity Party government who contributed to the successes. But you cannot accuse us of the failures of the Unity Party and then also distance yourself from it. And this is the hypocrisy and the double standards that we'll continue to talk about. Clearly, there's a lack of leadership somewhere, and leadership is taking responsibility. And Giddens was completely wrong when he said that JNB had not accused Ellen, Madame Sirleaf, of anything that he didn't take responsibility for. Just recently, in his Truth FM interview with Chris Silly, he clearly said Madame Sirleaf was the first female president. She had a lot of goodwill, and she did not make use of it. He said she. He didn't say we. The we was in 2017. At this point, he is still blaming and throwing Madame Sirleaf under the bus for the things that went wrong under the Unity Party government. That is not leadership. That is not someone who's taking responsibility for something that they jointly did. When Giddens also said on the show that he advised Madame Sirleaf several times and she took his advice. So that means some of the failures may have come from some of his advice given to Madame Sirleaf. But at the end of the day, the Liberian people need to understand that these elections are really about the past, the present, and the future. You cannot move forward if you keep going back to the past. And you cannot move forward if you stay stuck in the present. That's why Mr. Alex Cummings presents an alternative to Liberians for us to move forward into a better future. And that better future is where jobs are available. It's where investors are now attracted back into the country, because as we know, this government has not been able to attract any investor in the last 5 years. It's where the private sector is improved and developed so that Liberians can make living wages and they're able to take care of themselves and not have to beg ministers, senators, representatives, government officials to pay their children's school fees or even buy food for the family to eat. That's the kind of Liberia we want for ourselves, where our dignity is protected. And that can only be possible under Mr. Alexander Cummings. And that's why today I was so glad and so happy when the women of Liberia stood up and said, we're with Alexander Cummings, we're with the Fixers team, and we're going to be out on October 1. But we're coming out today to tell the people of Liberia that this is the best option for Liberia. And Lofa, can you play that video briefly before we close?
Most definitely. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, project it. Whoa. My goodness.
Where so? Where was it?
This was on Tadma Boulevard, right in front of GFA, looking from the area. So they were walking from Fish Market. You know, Fish Market is very symbolic. It's where the women of Liberia used to wear white and pray to end the civil crisis. And so symbolically, the women gathered at Fish Market this morning and then walked to the CPP HQ. So this was on Tottenham Boulevard. And I mean, thousands of women came out. I was very surprised. Look, when they said the women were coming out, I was like, okay, sure. Right. But to have seen women from all walks of life, older women, younger women, market women, professional women, Muslim women, Christian women, young women, it was an amazing time. And I think it's like Mr. Cummings said on his Facebook page, it was a turning point in his journey. That and he always says like his biggest demographic base is the women. And today they really did come out and say, look, we're with you. This is the alternative. We're going to tell our children, our husbands, our nephews, our sisters, our brothers, this is it. This is the alternative. This is what we want. And this is the right person for Liberia. So I thought it was a wonderful event. I was there briefly. I was tired. I was recording and yelling. In fact, the band was on the other side. I was like, y'all go in the middle because other people need music, because it was with the band wanted to be with the speakers. And the speakers already playing music. So it's like, y'all go in the middle. And then I had to run.
You don't sound like you were tired, Mariah.
I was tired.
You're burning. The fire burning night.
No, but it was a good showing. And so October 1, CPP is going to be outside. I mean, we said that consistently. It's a pre-victory rally. It's Liberians coming out and saying this is real change. And we've gotten a lot of calls for T-shirts. My people will be, effort, the demand for t-shirts will be more than the supply. So please wear any white, green. You see me in my green.
So let me ask you, you're getting the t-shirt anybody or people that have your membership card?
No, it's not membership card. So auxiliaries, of course, with the membership are getting t-shirts, partisans, how do you call it? Candidates, representatives, candidates, senatorial candidates. So different groups of people who support us. So it's not just free for all. But the point is, we still will not be able to meet the demands because every day we're getting, demands for t-shirts. But please wear anything. There'll be stickers. You can stick it on your t-shirts, on your car, whatever. Come in any red, white, or green. Liberty Party green, like I said, vibrant and bright. None
So
of those. I'm a green.
Well, so I think just for clarity, though, I just wanted to ask one question. I think in addition to what Tomalin just asked, are you guys giving these T-shirts to people who believe in the fixed up message, or is just anybody who wants a T-shirt, you hand it out to them? I think that's what Tomalin probably asking. Like,
I think people who want the T-shirts are people who believe in the fixed up message, are people who coming out, are people who support, and that's what it's always been. But
some people still come,
right? So people, right.
Oh, you mean for other partners to come into the T-shirt?
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing, though. That's where I was.
Well, you always find something like that. You
Right.
always find some people.
Yeah, it's really the different auxiliary groups. The different, the women, the youth, the Liberty Party, ANC candidates, auxiliaries. There's a whole structure of how you do.
Are you guys also encouraging people to print their own T-shirts if they can print?
Yes.
Themselves?
Yes.
We
encourage people are actually printing their own T-shirts. I know someone reached out to me and said they were printing 200 T-shirts for the auxiliaries. They wanted Mr. Cummings' picture and Councillor Bromskin picture, and I sent it to them with the logo. So people are printing their own T-shirts. We'll also have how do you call it? Not stencils. The guy that's printing stuff that we have at the party headquarters beginning tomorrow evening, so people can bring their own T-shirts. So if you have a white T-shirt or blouse or stuff, you can bring it to the HQ, and then we can print for you. So there last even in the district, there may be some of them there, but the demand for T-shirts would just be more than the supply. So we're just asking people to come out, wear white, green, red, and be out on Sunday.
So lastly, let me ask the last two questions before I'll let you go. I was coming on the show. I talked to the chairman. The chairman said he was saying, look, he said he on his way back to. He said I'm feeling so. He said, look, I'm so excited, and I can tell you with confidence that what you see Sunday, the two parties that already done the rally, you will surpass them. I said, wow. He said, Tomalin, I'm telling you, I'm confident in what I'm saying. You guys have not seen rally since the campaign started. You guys will see rally that you have not seen before, and it will be bigger than even Liberty Party rally they had when he was there at the time, when last election. So I said, well, and lastly, how you guys doing it? People assembling to certain points.
Right. The routes, yes, the routes will be released by Thursday evening, Friday morning, because it's on Sunday. And there'll be people coming from Painesville, there'll be people coming from Partnersville, there'll be people coming from across the bridge, so all of those areas, there will be rallying points that people will assemble and then walk towards the stadium as well.
Like, how many people who hold the team, your own transport them or what?
No, those people will be taken directly to the stadium. Okay. So there will be, of course, vehicles, pickups, flatbeds, and stuff available to take people to the stadium directly, especially older people, persons with disabilities, and others who want to go directly to the stadium. They will be available. But there will also be pan, there will be cars, pickups, vehicles, different modes of transportation out on the road to take people who want to go directly. But I know it's going to be massive. The energy is high. I'm excited, but I'm also, I'm one of those people who always like until right. But it's been a lot of planning into it, and I know that I think even our colleagues on the other side know that there was some leaked message going around this morning about them saying that seditionists are going to join us to make our program bigger than theirs.
Yeah, I got something like I got some information.
You got something like that, right? So they're spreading that, and I think it's out of fear. And the message they said something to the effect that CPP program is going to be massive because citizens are going to join it. And I'm like, it's open to all Liberians. Citizens are welcome. LP, in fact, we're opposition. We're supposed to be coming to join and say, let's make a statement or whatever. Citizens, not Liberians, they're Liberians. So it's open to everybody. But I think it's this narrative that ANC, CPP is CDC auxiliary, which is foolish because at the end of the day, it's people trying to benefit from being seen as the only opposition party when in fact they're not. A former ruling party whose half of its officials are still on McGill and CDC payroll cannot claim to be the only opposition party. But it then comes down to how people see you as a threat or standing in the way of what they believe is their entitlement and their birthright or their inheritance. And the presidency is neither of that for anybody. It's for Liberians to decide who becomes the next president and who they believe can make their lives better. So I'm excited, and we're going to keep working. I know yesterday there's a lot of work going on till late in the early mornings, midnight. There's still people out there working. Now we're trying to get the message out into the community. So you're hearing the CPP message in other communities. And I think by tomorrow we'll have a list of artists that will also be performing. At the yes. A list of artists that will also be performing. And I know they're also going to have some choirs because it's a Sunday. So the church service is they'll have some choirs as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy. It's going to be fun.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well,
yeah.
Wish you guys best
a
wishes.
lot going on.
And so
but I
forth.
can't tell everything now until the committee releases it for this weekend. So
Well,
come out Sunday, October 1, ATS. Come out. Come
You
out.
know that my birthday though.
Oh, they said that Joey had birthday too.
Yeah.
What, right? So
No, I what a holiday.
Yeah, enjoy
What a general birthday.
Yeah.
I'll be traveling. Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
you bad Jenna. Well, anyway, look.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Well, yo, thanks, man. We look forward to
All right, yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
You make the show great all the time.
definitely. Thank you guys for allowing us to be a part of the conversation. It was
Bye,
a great
everybody.
conversation.
Bye,
All right.
Bye, Francois Newman, my little nephew. He follows the show
All
all the time.
Liberians. October 1,
loves it.
CPP Asa.
Yeah, that'll be great, man.
All right, guys.
All right,
All right, guys. Thank you.
We want to say, thank you. As want to say thanks to our friends from KMTV, CEO, and all the guys, Emmanuel, Patrick, all these guys from KMTV. We have had a nice time working with you guys for the last, I think, 9 months. It's been a pleasure. We've been we enjoy the friendship relationship, and we just want to say that we cherish working with you guys. We miss you guys. But the good thing, we'll continue to collaborate on a technical aspect. We continue to stay in touch as we transition tomorrow to a new platform, a new production. We'll stay the closing argument. But guys, we all have each other numbers. We'll stay in touch. We'll get to Liberia. We'll show we'll interact again. We'll interface. We'll interact. But it's been a pleasure with you guys on KMTV. And thank you guys for the opportunity to work with you guys. And we hope that in the future we'll continue to collaborate. But tomorrow we'll be broadcasting from our page, closing argument official page. Also with Truth FM, the Truth FM station that travels almost the entire country or so, and Hard FM. I want to say thank you, KMTV, and God bless you. Wish you guys good luck and best wishes in your endeavors. So again, until we see tomorrow, good night, and let's pray for Liberia to have a peaceful and fair election. 13 days to go, and in 13 days, know whether Liberia we have a new elected president or re-elected president. So God bless you, man. Got it? See you.
God bless you, God, man. Make sure you tune in to the Closing Argument Live. Go on Facebook and put in Closing Argument Live. Facebook, the Closing Argument Live. Tomorrow we will be testing our own page so that, so we'll still be on, but we want you to go there and tune in. So don't go to KMTV, you're not going to see us. Go to the Closing Acumen Live, and then that where we'll be. So share share the information. The Closing Acumen Live tomorrow will be there. But it was a wonderful show. Thank to all the guys in studio. Thank to the guys from KMTV. Wonderful guys, man. We'll still be around. We'll hang out and see. You guys are great guys, man. I recommend you guys to anybody. But it was a great show. Uh, Great discussion. Looking forward. It's just a few more days to election. 2 more weeks to election. We're looking forward to that. But hey, man,
I want to send a shout out to the Council of Patriots chairman Henry Costa. I won't call where he is. He's somewhere having. He just sent me a text. He's somewhere, some part of the world. But he said we'll get to town. We'll hang out. Looking forward to hanging out with him. So, Chairman Costa, we just want to say shout out to you and keep doing what you're doing, buddy. All part of this process. But God bless you, man. I look forward to meeting you soon so we all can hang out and.
Same here, Chairman Costa. Same here.
Yeah, Peabody say hi too. So, Chairman say hi to all of us on the Closing Argument, okay?
No problem, brother. Good to hear from your namesake. And to everybody who's watching, have a great night in Liberia and around the world. Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
I stay in the office, Tomalin. I ain't even go home yet.
I was like, I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
So the log, remove.